Hey, Fire Familia. Hey, Sticks. Hey, Gray. Hey, Laura. Hey, Snores. There's enough people I'm going to have to start saying, hey, chat. And yes, Laura, they made a Glitch made a video game. I mean, yes, I'm late, but at the same time, I'm not, because I did say in my Discord server, I let everyone know that I would be an hour, about an hour late. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to feed you before I started stream. You'll be okay, right? I'll pause the middle of the stream, okay? I'll pause before I start watching Sticks' videos, and then I'll feed you, okay? Okay? Yes, I'm sorry. Well, why a Mario Kart reskin? I'm probably because it was the simplest thing for them to do. I mean, I don't know. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of, if they get enough characters, which I feel like they do have enough by this point, could they make like a Super Smash Brothers version of Glitch? I mean, like with Glitch characters. I hate that. Like a fighting game with Glitch characters. I was at a children's service from church. Mario Kart doesn't own racing game genre. Shh. Don't give Nintendo any ideas. They might copyright it. Okay. Attila Maldonado? What was your name before? Is YouTube doing the thing again? Or YouTube has been doing the thing, hasn't it? Anyway. Yeah, that's right, because Snars, instead of being Snars, is Mr. Walkman, so. What is your normal name? Because I can't trust names anymore. Like, some people I don't recognize, and they're like, oh, it's me. And I'm like, damn YouTube. And yes, I have seen the sneak peek for the MD graphic novel. Start the TADC road. What? Or Attila? I'll probably just call you Attila then. Is it Mr. Walkman Snars? Right? Why not just call it Glitch Kart? I don't know. I mean, you have Mario Kart, so I don't know why. Maybe to avoid the copyright? Another way to avoid it, instead of cart, it's carts. Yeah, I'll say Mr. Walkman's is Snars. Like, I recognize Snars' profile picture. But, alright. Ma'am, I'll give you food later, okay? You pause the music. Let's see. I love, too, how every single person in the top 15 leaderboard is Gwen. No, do not claw up the shirt. And then, see, Rand, when I was talking about Renify, number 11. I'm not even going to try and go for the competition, because there are going to be people sweating at this game. Oh, wait, I thought you were talking about Walkmans. You can't bet your luck with Nintendo these days. No, you can't. I'm playing HK while watching this, so I keep missing things. You're fine, Lore. She has a speed boost, apparently. Oh. That makes... Then how... Okay, wait. Wait. I feel like to make this more fair, if it's, like, to see, like, which fans play the... Like, okay, what fans from what fandom are, like, picking characters? Instead of giving Gwen a speed boost, shouldn't they all just have the same ability, but just have items in the game? So it just comes down to what character you play, so you know for sure, like, what fandom's number one. Because at that point, of course, I was confused. I'm like, how is Knights of Guinevere number one? Like, I'm not, in one way, I'm not surprised, because it's a great pilot. But to beat MD and TADC, I find it kind of funny that, so what's Pomni's ability? It must suck if she's at the bottom. Or she's even with Mel. Crazy cool cars. I feel like that would have been too, like, 90s, like, extremely radical, dude. Kind of. Ellie. No. See? And then you... Just go over there, please. Thank you. They need to fix that, so it may be a bug. It may be. How is TADC last? That's why I was confused when I first saw this. I was like, how is there's no way TADC's last. I honestly could see Gaslight being last. And then I could see MD being third. Or like, yeah. I could see being Gaslight, maybe Guinevere, or Murder Drones here. And then either MD or TDC, and then MD or TDC up front. I don't know. I feel like that's not fair for the fandoms. Would you like to log in before playing? Logging in? Do I have to like make an account on Glitch? This screams. Ma'am. Ma'am. Go down. Thank you. This screams games from like the early 2000s to the late 90s. It reminds me of like Crash Bandicoot Kart Racer, Mario Kart, like the old ones. Oh my god. Uzi's gonna go crazy after this one. In theory, Pomnikar is pretty much the slowest. See, that doesn't make sense. Okay, I'm sorry. I feel like the fastest one here should be the rocket ship that Uzi's riding because that's like we saw how fast that thing moved. This screams old SMG4 to me. I mean, SMG4 was also based of old Nintendo, so I mean it fits. Screen so wide, could see their big four. The count is needed for the competition. Oh, okay. Let me tab out. Also, their controls are weird. So now there are official 2D or pixel models of Uzi, Pomni, Mel, and Guinevere. Kinda wanted to start and just see how bad each one is. I'm gonna try Pomni first.
Who are you people?
I can't tell if that's a new voice line, like a re-recorded voice line, or if they just took the line from... Is it a time trial? Or is time trial what people are going for? Oh, it is time trial. Okay. Well, I don't care about that. I just want to start a race. How fitting. We're on the circuit. Is it all circus grounds or is it different maps too? This is gonna feel weird because I'm playing keyboard with my left hand for WASD. Space is drift. Use, dropped. Use is E. Oh my god, this is gonna be so weird for me. This is actually lagging too. How is it? This...
Picture this.
Pomni feels like a snail.
Hello?
I just dropped the gun. I meant to use it! How's the... Okay. I don't even know what I did. Okay, forward is used. Good to know. Uzi had bad thing in the promotion video, so no wonder she isn't last. Yeah? This is horrible. Nah, they actually just grabbed voice lines from the shows and threw them on there. They didn't even record unique voice lines.
I'm sorry.
Alright, Glitch. I love you, but I feel like a fan.
Program back. Oh no.
I think a fan could have done this. How did I not grab that? This is,
Too bad. Good luck.
What the fudge? Is it Palm or the game that feels slow? It cannot be my internet either, because this is, I have no problem playing other games that are definitely more graphically demanding than this. Can I just throw those? Oh.
New from Park Planet.
Okay, well you can. How does me throwing it go off to the left when it should? Okay. So I got a boost that way. Okay, so it works like that where you get a boost from sliding.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. Oh. Okay, I gotta wait for you. Thank you. Okay, how to boost again? Boost is.
Oh no.
This is The game feels so laggy. I feel like that doesn't even do anything really.
Each sold separately.
Maybe the website's just slow because of all the traffic from it being so new.
Hello?
I feel like that's not even. I can't. This is
New from Park Planet.
I think I just literally drove over my own.
I'm sorry.
Also,
Oh no.
I'm at 4 minutes.
Each sold separately.
He sold separately. That's her voice line.
Hello?
I don't want that one. Thank you. Yeah, I see why people pick Gwen as the first choice. Mm-hmm. This is... I at least expected it to be smoother. Especially for like a Flash. I mean, you know, Flash doesn't really exist. For a game on a website. I don't want these. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Oh, corn. That goes so far. What? Ah! I mean, that doesn't even really bother me, so. This is at 6 minutes. This is kind of crazy.
Hello?
Just imagine I get like top of the leaderboard or something in a time trial, and then it's just they look at the stream and it's just me complaining about the game. They're like, we're not saying this person anything, but it is laggy. Flash is dead, Naru. Yeah. No, are you kidding me? This having multiplayer, they'd have to have definitely servers for that, like even more servers. You know what it is? These servers are, I bet, in Australia and it's Oceania, so now I'm getting 200 ping. So much Pansy Cleaver. This is the longest, I think, racing kart game I've ever been on. I want out. Just let me win already.
What the is going on?
Glitch. I want to see how fast in comparison to compared to Gwen.
Welcome to Park Planet.
I'm just gonna try. I'm gonna see how much faster Gwen is. Maybe it's supposed to be ironically bad. It's not even, I don't know, for me it's not even an enjoyable bad. I don't know how, no offense, but who the heck enjoys lag? It's not like a visual gag of haha funny lag. This is dealing with lag. I don't know anyone who finds that fun.
Hello? New from Party Land. Check this out. Oh no!
The hitbox on that's a little crazy.
Oh, Eddie, who programmed that? I hate it here! Too bad. Good luck.
Why do I feel like people are... Okay, no. For someone that have a minute 22, somebody is literally cheating the map where they're probably flying across.
Oh no!
I'm not gonna lie. Somebody might be cheating where they just fly across the map. With boosts. The ad voice they gave her? Yeah, that would be funnier. Alright, I'm gonna get some boosts and I'm gonna see if I can fly across this map. Unless time trial might be different. Can you go outside the map? Am I just stuck in here now? This doesn't count, right? I think I'm just stuck now. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. This is something else, man. I've seen furry game, corn games go smoother than this. I'm sorry. If this was multiplayer, maybe I can understand, but this is lag. This is.
I hate it here!
Let's go in.
Picture
accent went smooth.
Oh,
X is saying it was glitchy, right? Well, when you didn't play, it didn't lag at all. I mean, I don't know what would be causing it then, unless there's just a lot of people on it right now.
I'm sorry.
You know, those McDonald's where you press a button, they make a noise. Why did I just see Pomni go zooming by me like that?
Park Planet.
Unless it's the browser, but I really think that's silly if it's a browser. That's what I was saying. Is it the bloody, I swear to God, if it's... Hold on. I swear if it's because of the browser. Has to do with browser.
Great Cars. Welcome to Park Planet.
It's still lagging. It does look better than on Opera. Man, it's louder on here. It's smoother, but it also still seems laggy to me.
Check this out. I'm sorry. Each sold separately. I hate it here.
I'm starting to as well.
Ah,
Oh. Six is meant for gaming separate, not on the browser.
ah.
I was kind of expecting more for this game, I'll be honest. The drifting, the sliding, oh my god. I kind of more expected this to be. This feels more like at this point a fan game of someone just wanting to try it, not an official game. Like from the voice lines just being taken from the shows. Yeah. Turkish grounds, yet no camp 98.7 grounds. I hope that's the correct decimal. I forgot. Yeah, so it was 98.7. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. That's why I said this feels honestly kind of like a fan game. If I didn't know, if I didn't know this was actually a glitch, I would have thought this was just a fan project, which then I would have been like, okay, cool, like, not bad for a fan. This is beyond that old feel. Except for the voice line. Okay, if you're talking about the voice line's low quality, then I guess, yeah, more of that muffle, or whatever they called it. Noisy, I don't know what to call it. But the game itself, no, I definitely played games that were way smoother than this. From that time. This though. On second thought, you know what, Glitch? Don't make a fighting game. If this is what it's gonna be like, don't make a fighting game, please. I'm saying it. Don't make a fighting game. I wanna know how people are getting in 1 minute 22. If the time trial is literally just that map, I wanna know how they're getting in 1 minute 22. I feel like people are somehow finding a way to glitch through the map or fly over it, because I saw like Pomni go far. I'm wondering if people are using boosts and stuff and like just getting over the map. Well, you start somewhere though. You could literally hire Roblox devs and they probably could do better. In fact, I know they could do better. Literally Lethal Companies by Roblox dev. Like, honestly, I don't think it would be that much to go to a Roblox dev. Be like, can you make a racing kart game? Like, their animators obviously could just make the models and stuff to an extent. And then it says, yeah, no. I'm sorry, I see too many games that are people's first time making games that are different. And this is Glitch. This is not an independent one person with not much money. Why does it ask you to log in with Discord? Probably so you can put your name and stuff for the competition. Because it even says, please also record your gameplay and upload to a video hosting site and link your video in your profile to be eligible for the prize. So that makes me wonder now. Are any of these people... I want to see their gameplay. I finished in 2 minutes. My race is Uzi. Yeah. I've seen a better fan game of Murder Drones that was better than this and actually runs smoothly. That's what I'm saying. No offense in this day and age, and especially with this being glitched themselves. The only thing I can think of right now, the lag is maybe from a server thing, but still just the... I don't know. What even is the price of what, the game? This is free. Hey Rachel, how are you doing? Yeah. Was kind of excited because I'm like, oh, kind of cool Mario Kart like game, but I'll go play Crash Bandicoot racing game. I'll emulate it. At that point. Actually, you know what? Haven't they brought Crash Bandicoot racing game to Steam? I feel like they did. Or did they not? No, they did the Insane trilogy, but not... Yeah, they didn't. I was gonna say, I thought you could get it on there, but no. No, the competition, I think you meant to ask what is the prize. Oh, it's, I believe you win one of these. I believe. Okay, top player wins a mystery prize. So the mystery prize, I'm gonna guess, is one of these. I'm presuming. Can I cheat? Oh well. Disappointed. Let's see which ones I can really. Huntrix already joins the Fortnite club. Oh my god. Blarney? Lightning McGroomer? You know. Where are some of these videos? 7 minutes in heaven. Why do I feel like that's gonna be like a tease video? It's gonna look like something else.
Ay, qué bonita niña.
¿Qué te pasa? Soy vato.
Ay, perdón, es que como traes moñito, pues me confundí.
Es que soy coquete.
Ah, perdón.
Mary.
Ay, qué bonita niña.
¿Qué te pasa? Soy vato.
Cute?
Mary? No, you're not.
She's blonde. She's not blonde.
I look like your girlfriend?
No, my late wife.
Am I missing something here that looks kind of ominous? Silent Hill was directed by an art school graduate of class 1999. Yeah, like the animation's nice. This person, I remember you've like had other videos of this person's animations in your playlist sticks. This person's definitely smooth, but I'm just like with the animation itself. I'm like, wait. First off, she doesn't have blonde hair, but then I'm also confused. Like, is this her? But then she's like, what's going on here? It's a Silent Hill 2 reference. Oh, okay, that's why I'm not getting it.
Yeah.
Where have you been? You know how much deep shit you're in right now?
Why are you so angry?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because your obsession with middle schoolers! Look at the fucking news. Congratulations, you're not just famous for racing. What am I supposed to tell my agents now? Lightning McQueen is caught sending inappropriate pictures and messages to middle school girls, showing pictures like his exhaust pipe covered in oil. Like, I don't get it. You're a fucking
It's exhaust pipe cover.
car. We lost so many sponsors. Adidas, Apple. You know you have to show up in court, right?
Fuck. That's a...
Not to mention you're all over the newspaper too. Lightning McGroomer? Yeah, that's a new one. I haven't heard that shit before. Oh wait, I've never heard that shit before because you never groomed fucking children before. What the fuck is wrong with you, Lightning McQueen?
They said they were 18. That's the
Who
truth.
the fuck is 18 in the 7th grade? See you in
Mary?
Oh, look at the description. Is it the remixing of the video? Because there's no description. Or they're about the comment. Oh, for context, this is her succubus OC who takes different forms and ruins the lives of everyone who gets to know her and blah blah, whatever. I know you guys ain't reading all this. Okay, now that's why it seems so ominous. I was about to say, okay, now that makes sense because it felt ominous. So am I missing something here? Like, is she secretly actually the wife, but pretend to be dead somebody else? But then, okay, yeah, succubus makes sense.
Hello, Billy. How are you today?
I'm sad, Blarney.
It's okay to be sad. We all get sad
I don't feel safe with
sometimes.
this.
Why are you sad, Billy?
My mommy and daddy went to heaven. Now I live with my Gammy. She smells funny.
It's okay to smell funny. We all smell funny sometimes.
Okay. Nope. I should have been already creeped out by the just hollow eyes.
Would you like to join your mommy and daddy in heaven?
Not really, no. Thanks, I'll pass.
Well, not right now. We're having mac and cheese for dinner tonight.
Oh, well, why didn't you say so? I'll have some too.
Okay, Billy. Not right now.
I called it. I was like, watch him be like, never mind. Oh, that's great.
Hey, Blarney. Where is everyone?
They must all still be asleep.
But the little hand is on the tube. Only Gammy is asleep then. She sleeps a lot these days.
They were all up very late last night.
And you
They
ate them all?
need their rest.
What were they doing up so late?
They were having fun with a good friend of mine.
Oh.
But not with my best friend. Now let's go play back at home. Before everyone wakes up.
The actual fall. Okay, wait. In a lot of ways, this is the most accurate representation of what Lovecraft was writing about. Most eldritch horrors don't notice us any more than we notice ants. But a few do, and just like how we can have a favorite pet cow, knowing it's going to eventually be eaten, Blarney has a pet kid. This is the same kind of relationship Nyarlathotep has with the humans he interacts with. He seems crazy and often evil, but he absolutely plays favorites. He likes us and thinks we're interesting little animals. Whether that's better or worse to be noticed like that is up to your interpretation, but Lovecraft always seemed to err on the side of it's better to live unnoticed and in ignorance. Interesting. Huh. I was playing the game. What the heck did I come back to? Eldritch Horror. Copyright, right?
Yeah, this plane's trashed.
Oh, wait. Oh my god, somebody did the animated Fortnite thing. No way. Okay, Rumi with the 1, Mira with the X, of course. Zoe, US. 67, 68. Of course, Rumi's a 69.
Okay, let's do this.
I'm so scared of this being copyrighted. The plushie of Zoe. Shotgun, 1 pump. I'm not gonna lie, it would have been really cool if Fortnite did like the ad for them of this instead. It would have fit. This is literally the whole song on Marshmallow! Godzilla and Kong! They discarded an entire season for this collab. Did they really? I didn't know they discarded a whole season. It's like the movie came out. All right, hold the phone. We gotta do a collab with these guys. Discard this season. We'll delay it. Is that why we still have the Halloween stuff going on right now? Or maybe not. It's technically not.
Hold up.
Not the first time you've listened to copyright music without care. Yeah, it's just whether I'm gonna actually get a copyright strike or not is what I'm scared of. They want this. This is the kind of sleep paralysis demon they want. Eyes! I knew what I was gonna say. This is probably the sleep paralysis demon they're gonna love. Oh my god. What? "7 minutes in heaven." Isn't 7 Minutes in Heaven where you and another person that are picked go into a closet and make out? It was about bugs and Power Rangers, then it became Huntrix focused. It just took over. Just gonna go to the next. Yes, make me sad. I don't want bad thoughts. Wow, that was depressing. No, I have not played Dispatch. You didn't finish watching it. I don't wanna. I don't want it. It's already done. I'm sorry, this kind of like, this does something to me. I don't know why. What was that, like, the ears swinging around? I'm disappointed. That didn't go where I thought. Oh well, this part was better. This part is the best part. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't be surprised if we had that kind of scene in one way, because it's not going mature, but it's just like... Oh, hold up.
You have many of the abilities of a Disney princess. You can talk to animals, people burst into song around you, and it seems every...
Talking to animals? Cool. I'd want that. People randomly bursting into song around me? No thanks. Had the Funny Bunny shippers not recovered yet from episode 6? I have. I'm just waiting to see what else we get.
Every other day, a Prince Charming type falls madly
I'll
in love
probably play Dispatch at some point.
you as one of the most feared enforcers in New York.
What?
It's tough, but you make it work. How did you know? He squeals, on his knees and shaking. Your finger tightens around the trigger. A little birdie told me.
The accent. A little birdie told me.
Hello, I'm
He's about to be stuffed into a suit.
the city, and I'm here for a random inspection.
For what?
It's a standard random inspection just to make sure the building is all up to code. It'll only take a moment.
Cool. Can you give me a sec?
Alan, we are so
the worst.
A freaking mouth and eyes. Couldn't be me, laughs in Newsy. I mean, I also shipped Newsy, so.
The worst looking CGI shark of all time slides in, and Megamind stops it with the dehydration gun.
Why is this quality so icky?
He then traps the fish boys in a portable prison. But oh no, it malfunctions, and now they're getting away. Man, if only he had some sort of weapon that could stop them in their tracks. You know, like a gun that turns you into an inanimate cube or something. Oh well. When the prison deactivates, Megamind barely reacts. He just goes into this weird idle animation. And then it cuts to him being like, Minion, this is embarrassing. Bro, do something to stop them.
I'm glad I never saw Megamind 2.
If only he
I may
had
have not cared too much for Megamind 1, but Megamind 2 just looks...
gun or something that could immobilize them. Now the villains are going
Hey
on
Nara, I have to go now. It was fun watching you stream. Thanks, Eclipse, and thanks for stopping by. Have a good one.
a rampage, and Megamind is like, oh, woe is me, how do I stop them? Gee, I don't know, man. If only you had a really convenient gadget that could turn someone into an immobile cube really easily, then you might have a chance. Two of them have a weightless, tensionless dance battle.
When you purposely nerf the intelligence or nerf a character's powers just so that way you can make them have this kind of stuff.
And eventually Megamind resorts to getting all the fish guys with the dehydration gun. Cool. Hey, wait, so he'll use it on these?
I love you, dehydration gun. Bang, bang. This movie was so bad, but it gave me something to laugh at in last year's summer. I mean, it's so good, it's so bad, it's good? Or you can find it funny? I don't know.
Guys, but not the Doom Syndicates? Oh, how do I stop 4
That's on Megamind too. That's a glorified Megamind TV show movie.
villains and what?
So like Moana 2. Except Moana 2 actually had better, like, had movie quality animation, but the story and stuff was more, or not more, it was meant for TV.
Shoot them with the dehydration gun! The movie never says that their superpowers are preventing them from being dehydrated. And it's
Yeah,
not
I'm
like
sorry, that shot right there, this looks like something out of a TV show from Megamind.
And it's not like any of them have Metro Man or Titan super speed, so shoot them with the gun! Right now, they're distracted and dancing and everything. Or if not right now, you can isolate each one of them at some point because they all trust you. So shoot them!
Oh, it's just YouTubers that made it funny to watch and laugh at, just like this video. Oh, okay, them making fun of it. Yeah, I mean, I like watching reviewers and like critics and stuff that watch bad movies. It makes it more fun.
I'm losing my goddamn mind! This is so fucking shitty! I can't take it! The idea that Megamind finds these guys to be an overwhelming, unstoppable force is a deeply insane premise with no plausibility whatsoever. Once again, it cannot be a difficult task to pretend you're meeting with each of them one-on-one.
I remember that one of the villains was named Mind Pressure.
Shoot them with the fucking dehydration gun. It is the easiest solution in the whole damn world. What the is your problem?
I think this is the most I've heard Scuffrellas? I think this is the most I've heard him sound upset. Like, fed up.
Dehydration gun. Dehydration gun. Dehydration gun. Dehydration.
I love how it progresses from just dehydration gun, dehydration gun, dehydration
gun.
It goes from like calm or like it just escalates.
No way. Yeah, how the hell would Batman be able to get into the museum? That place is locked down tighter than my mother on prom night.
What the hell does that mean?
You don't want to know.
Yeah, I do. Me too.
We've got more important things
Why is that one guy? Heh, me too. I want to know.
to be dealing with. Like, what are we gonna do if Batman's taking down the Penguin?
Maybe we could go see your mother.
Don't even go there.
I think we touched a raw nerve there. What's the deal? Is your mommy the town bike?
No.
I bet she is.
If you must know, on her prom night she got a little drunk.
I told you.
She got a little drunk and killed her classmates. Butchered them all with a potato peeler.
What?
So on prom night, we try to make sure she's tied down. You happy?
I guess.
What?
No way.
That did not go where I thought. Most normal mother in Gotham? What the fudge? And he was from Ohio despite being a mime? Was he supposed to be a legit mime from France? Oh, I've already seen this video, Why Tolkien Loathed Disney. I was gonna say, I swear I've seen this one before. Because I saw it somewhere else and not on this playlist, and I'm like, oh. I'm sorry, the unreleased Liam Vickers pilot. I've already seen this one, Demon Headcanon Voices. The thug banter is the best part of those games. No, his powers just gave him metallic accent. Mamma mia, mamma. You have a new match. Hello, Kitty fanatic.
once.
And her door has 6. Okay. What the fuck? I just see a random My Little Pony character. So many like furry characters. Holy.
Dear federal agents, all my posts are serious, and I am a threat to society. So just stop saying I'm not, okay? Just please let me be on the watch list.
Wait, what? What was the alarm? Emergency? What the F alarm? Wait, what? Oh, this is a joke on how they don't go off of that, but this they do. How dare you study history? Wait, discard kitten profiles. Spy meme. Explosive toilet from Deltarune. What the fudge? New person added to watch list. That's crazy. You saw it from one of my videos. I didn't know you watched on your. Oh no, I don't remember when I did. Honestly, never date Hello Kitty girls. They're like, me that or like real freaky. She's not a threat to society. She's a threat to me personally. Please send help. Like, what is this? This is literally the song slowed down to a ridiculous degree. I am not. What the hell? And this is a 2-hour video. What? Hour and a half? It's exactly what the title says. Uh-huh. What is this nefarious thing? There's so many! Oh yeah, Port by the Sea. I've seen that one. Or no, I didn't watch the pilot yet. Why does it show I've watched it when I know for sure I haven't watched this? I added this to my watch list because I want to... Right? It's in my watch list? Yeah, it's my watch later. They look like a carrot or Darwin. Also, when I see Tessa, I just think of Tessa from MD. Hey, who remembers Jeff the Killer? I do. This one I did not see the pilot for, so that's in my watch later.
Imagine this scenario. Late one night while tossing and turning in your bed, you're woken by the sound of something shuffling within your room. You dart awake, confused by the sudden sound, and as your eyes adjust to the darkness around you, you see something sitting at the foot of your bed. At first,
yeah,
the
might
thing
as well
looks
remove
like
it,
a naked
Sticks.
man,
Since
but
I
as
already
you
have it
look
in my watch
closer,
later,
it
I'll be
becomes
doing
apparent
reactions
that
then.
whatever it isn't human. The creature notices you awake, and in what feels like a flash, it scrambles from your room, leaving you to wonder what
Man, I
had
remember
just
everyone putting him
happened.
against Slender Man. Those
In
were
the
the
nights
days.
following, you
Yeah, I
find
remember
yourself
the
waking to
cryptoids,
any
cryptids
small
where they'd be like,
sound
who
that happened,
would win?
terrified that the creature may come back to
I mean, they
watch
still
you
do it to some
sleep.
extent.
Even when it isn't there, the paranoia eats away at you, and you fear the next moment you close your eyes. Because this time you were safe, but you never truly know when you will next wake.
I don't think, honestly, many cryptids have. The only cryptid that creeped me out legitimately was, I think it was Jeff the Killer. And it was because I came across the random photo of him. This is before I even knew about Jeff the Killer. I just saw it as a random photo in Google Images, and it was like late at night, and it gave me the heebie-jeebies. Other than that, none of the other cryptids have creeped me out, honestly.
To see the rake staring back at you.
Now, if you put them in a horror game, put them in a jump scare, I'll definitely be scared. But just like looking at them,
What I
they're
just
not.
described to you is a situation that I feel perfectly captures the effectiveness of the rake as a monster.
When
The
I hear
Rake is
Jeff the
what
Killer,
would
I
consider
immediately
one
think
of
of
the
a thing
big
of Bleach.
greats for creepypastas alongside the likes of Slender Man, Jeff the Killer, and Smile Dog. It is a classic internet horror story which succeeds at what it sets out to do by presenting the reader with an extremely simple idea that is universally terrifying. A monster with unknown intentions that preys on you at your most vulnerable. In the
Slender Man,
landscape
no
of
diff.
old
The internet glazed
creepypastas
Jeff
which
so
try
much
to
when he's
present
literally just
themselves
wall
as
level.
true urban legends to be shared around to scare people,
I didn't really
a
care about
premise
Slender Man
as
either.
simple and terrifying as that was bound to catch on, and
I just
oh
didn't care
boy,
from
did it ever.
cryptids,
Out of
really.
everything I've talked about on here this summer, this story was the one
Kinda
I
same with
believed in the
creepypastas.
most as a child. I was terrified every single night that
Oh,
when
he's
I
not.
went to bed, there the Rake would be,
Is
sitting
Jeff a
at the foot of
creepypasta?
my bed, waiting for the moment I opened my eyes. And it really seems like I'm
Okay, creepypastas and cryptids. Cryptid, the only one, which I guess isn't a cryptid, was there was Jeff, and then the only creepypasta that ever actually creeped me out was Ben Drowned Ben, the Zelda one. That's the only two that creeped me out.
not alone in that.
So Slenderman, yes, Jeff is a creepypasta. Okay, so then honestly, cryptids haven't bothered me. It's only been creepypastas, and there's only been 2 of them.
While doing research for this video, I had found that many people like myself heard about this story and believed that this thing was a real monster. And that got me thinking, why this story?
Ben Drowned,
What did
okay.
this one do so differently to immerse so many people like myself into really, truly believing, even for a moment, that something as unnatural as the Rake actually existed? To answer that question, I feel like we first need to take a look at how this character was made, because with a bit of background, I feel like things immediately start to make sense. The Rake was not originally created as a creepypasta, rather being the collaborative effort of a group of people on 4chan who were trying to
Of course,
create a
4chan.
new monster. The creature didn't have a name at the time, nor did it have most of its iconic traits. The earliest description of the creature that I could find described it as follows. Here's what we've got so far. Humanoid, about 6 feet tall when standing, but usually crouches and walks on all 4s. It has very pale skin. The face is blank, as in no nose, no mouth.
So
However, it has
not blank, but featureless.
3 solid green eyes, one in the middle of its forehead and the other 2 on either sides of its head towards the back. Usually seen in front yards and suburban areas. Usually just watches the observer, but will stand up and attack if approached. When it attacks, a mouth opens up, as if a hinged skull that opens at the chin, reveals many tiny but dull teeth.
So dull teeth, so it can actually
So yeah, that
kill?
was close to what the creature would eventually become, but there are a few key differences that are very apparent to anyone who knows how the creature
Yeah,
is
creepypastas
often
kind of got
described
turned into a lot of things.
nowadays.
Like just
The more
creepypasta this,
alien-like
creepypasta
appearance
that.
was traded for something much more humanoid as the design developed, with the creature being given a pair of large white eyes and a larger mouth full of dull teeth. It was with this description that the original creepypasta would be posted by Brian Somerville on July 20th, 2006 to the Something Awful forums, where it would gain enough notoriety to be spread to other platforms like 4chan, LiveJournal, and Reddit, before it was eventually added to the creepypasta database in 2010, and the rest was history. Now, all of that is very interesting in and of itself, but it doesn't really answer our question of why so many people grew up on the early internet believing this thing to be real. At least so much more than the other iconic stories that exist alongside it. In order to understand that part of the Rake's history, we need to take a look
Oh yeah,
at
apparently
possibly
Pastro
the
was
most
watching Murder
iconic
recently and he
part of
liked
the
it.
character.
Yeah, Sticks and a couple
This
others were talking about it.
photograph. Anyone who
Oh,
has
that's
even
where this photograph
remotely
comes
heard
back?
of the Rake has
Or came
seen
from?
this photo before. A mysterious
That one creeped me
trail
out.
cam picture depicting a monster crawling on all 4s. The origin of this photo has been debated for some time, some believing it to be a simple Photoshop, others believing it to be promotional material for the game Resistance 3, depicting one of the game's enemies known as a Grim. The reason this image is so important is because people believed this thing was a real photo much more than the likes of Smile Dog or Slender Man. Because with those images, there were clear elements that revealed
No offense though, I feel like I honestly would like to see more bigger critics watch Murder Drones that are more like actual like ones who critique media, like movies and shows and stuff. Like, I'd like to see Script Phillip. You know, the one that always has the what's his face from Moana as his profile picture, and that's pretty much him. I like to see him review MD. I still haven't watched Saber Sparks' review of MD. I'm pretty sure, like, from what it seems like, he's just meh about it. I'd honestly like to see Nostalgia Critics' thoughts of MD, but I don't know. I like to see, like, some of those guys.
Their inauthentic nature. Slenderman's photos had a clear origin and creator, Victor Surge. The Smile Dog photo had parts of it that could be traced back to other images. Hell, even the Jeff the Killer image, which still has no properly known—
You could see the person or guy's, like, kind of beard and mouth, and that they probably just did a white thing over it. Still creepy, though.
Own origin is an obvious Photoshop job. But this image? This one never had a proper—
It's an okay review. Nah, he is positive about MD. I do not want to see anything related to Critical Drinker. Oh, here, there's the photo. We did not talk about Critical Drink. I've never even heard of that person.
Origin. There was nothing—
And was Saber positive about MD? I swear I saw him, like, a stream or something where he was just kind of like, it was alright. Not the best thing he's seen, but it was alright.
that it can be traced back to aside from some other photos taken in the same spot with the same camera, and any edits done to it are much less apparent. This image is so believable compared to the others that it was quite literally covered on the news. Don't believe me? Take a look at this and see for yourself.
Okay, so you know how we ask you to send in your pics so we can put them in our newscast? Well, you got—
Somebody sent in the photo. Oh my god. Yeah, he was positive about it from what I remember. I'm gonna have to watch it at some point.
One viewer claims his friend found at a hunting camp in Berwick. I really don't even know what that is. The guy who sent it in didn't want us to mention his name, but tells us this is totally for real. He says
He tells us this is totally for real. The news, I swear.
Weekend, his friend's family found one of their hunting camps destroyed, but the SIM card was still there, and so was this crazy image.
He is a liar when it comes to the movies he reviews and makes up bad points about what he reviews despite not being a bad thing to begin with. Oh.
Terrible journalism aside here, it's this little—
For being named Critical Drinker, he's definitely not a critical thinker.
Event that I feel pushed the rake from being a simple creepypasta like the rest into a monster many really believed was real. Because this news broadcast and the original post made about it brought this image lots of attention. And since the image looked so similar to the description of the rake, everyone on the internet kind of just put two and two together and began to believe the creature in this photo and the rake were one and the same. And when nobody could deny for a time that this photo was fake, that made many people believe by association that the rake itself was also real. This crazy set of events, the creation of this photo coinciding with the growth of the rake creepypasta, led many impressionable children like myself at the time into believing this horrifying monster was somehow out there.
Postra must definitely be younger. Like, he sounds like he may be in his early 20s. Because for him to be a child when that was around, when I was already in my late teens or early 20s. No, yeah. It had to have been when I was in my late teens. Because I don't remember when I saw the photo.
Waiting to sneak into my room at night and watch me sleep.
That may be also why I'm not as bothered by a lot of this cryptid stuff now. A lot of it, more creepypastas were around when I was in my early teens, but I would say cryptids came out more later, and that's probably why I'm not as scared by them, is that I was already kind of close to an adult or a adult, so the cryptids just don't bother me. Whereas the creepypastas like Ben Drowned, I was young, so reading that creeped me out a lot. And I did kind of believe it, but then later on I was just like, obviously not. Like, now the story doesn't creep me out, but
sheer coincidence.
They're like 22 or 23. Okay, so they're literally, if they're 22, then they're 10 years younger than me. So yeah. So if I was 18, 19, then they were 9 or 8 years old. So that would fit.
Group of people who set out to create a horrifying monster succeeded in a way that I do not think any of them could have predicted. The rake went from a simple pet project to—
Interesting. But of course, that's the internet.
Imagine this scenario with me. The year is 2008, and while scrolling on a small forum, you find yourself curiously looking through a thread that appears to be discussing a cursed photograph simply called smile.jpg.
I think you know why too. Creepypastas, not creepypastas. Well, creepypastas, yeah. I would say now I look at creepypastas as those. You don't really get them nowadays. In fact, like ever. I don't think I've seen one of these since, God, like early 2000s. But they were the emails we would get where it's, if you don't forward this email, you and your entire family will be cursed and die in horrible ways. Or it's like, it kind of reminded me of that kind of stuff. I don't know. Creepypastas remind me of those for some reason.
As you read the thread, you learn more and more about the horrifying ramifications.
So when a lot of the creepypastas are like, oh, this, you know, if you don't forward this file, or like this person found this photo or this file and then they were cursed, and I'm like, it's reminds me of the emails.
Viewing one such photo. The nightmares, the hallucinations.
The Slender Man movie really ruined its story. I've never seen the Slender Man movie, so I wouldn't know. I remember hearing about those two girls that believed Slender Man was real and they killed their classmate. That was creepy.
Hallucinations, all of them described to you in painstaking detail. As you reach the end of the thread, thoroughly disturbed by the contents you have just learned about, the author explains to you that there is only one way for the curse to end: to spread the word and show it to someone else.
I like the Trevor Henderson monsters, especially in Longhorn, since it wants to protect humans.
The classic creepypasta known as Smile Dog. If you are a fan of creepypastas or just general internet horror, chances are you've heard of this story.
Because they are them, basically, the name literally says it's creepypasta, like copy pasta. I don't remember the the emails being called copy pastas back then. I mean, maybe that's what it evolved to, and I just was not part of that area, so I just never knew that. But I just remember getting those emails, and I don't remember them having being called copy pastas. So now it makes sense.
Or the two main
horrible
photos
movie
tied
ever
to it
watched.
at some point. While many of the more classic creepypasta characters fell into relative obscurity in the years following the early 2010s, Smile Dog has stood the test of time mainly through the efforts of his dedicated fan base. New projects involving the character are being made every day, especially over the last couple of years.
What in the DDR Stepmania game? I remember that story, but actually the girl they tried to kill thankfully survived. That's why they were caught so fast. Oh, okay. Isn't that what they based the movie off of too?
The most significant of these projects, to give an example, would definitely be the digital horror web series Chainmail Chasers.
Yes, yeah, I remember Chainmails.
Which shows
That's what they were called, right? Chainmails? I remember them being called chainmails or something, because it'd be a chain of mails, because you forward it to one person, and that person would forward it to the next, and it'd be a chain. Oh, that's an FNF mod? Okay.
A completely reimagined version of Smile Dog, made terrifying again for both old and new fans. Now, all of this does raise a question. Why was it that out of all these iconic creepypasta characters, that Smile Dog was one of the very few who maintained his status for the many fans of internet horror? What did he and his story do so differently that made him
I'm
stick
sure
with
it's not
people
that
the
simple.
way he did? Well, there are many potential answers to that, but I feel the most likely is simply the fact that Smile Dog truly represents everything a creepypasta should be. Allow me to explain. To first get my idea across, we should understand what a creepypasta even is. Over the years, the term has kind of just become this buzzword used to describe any form of internet horror, but back when these stories were much more popular, it had a more specific definition. When it was first coined, a creepypasta just referred to any scary copypasta that would be pasted across discussion boards such as 4chan, with the intention of potentially convincing people they were real. As the term gained more traction and popularity, it would later broaden to simply describe any form of spooky internet urban legend that was spread around. They essentially became internet campfire stories. Understanding that is really important when talking about Smile Dog, because when you have those definitions in mind, it becomes very clear that this story was specifically designed to cater to them. Smile Dog was a story where the horror of it came from the idea of sharing it around, exposing other people to its contents and making them do the same by convincing them to some extent that it was real. The entire story—
There are a lot of good creepypastas, but there's also a lot of garbage which overuse blood and gore for shock value. I'm not too surprised. It kind of reminds me of your horror movies or horror shows or stories where people think horror just automatically gore, and it's like, no.
Story builds upon this urban legend.
If anything, stuff that is claiming to be horror, if it's overly gory, I get numb. It's like Terrifier. Terrifier, I felt my mind shut off for those movies because it just was so gory that I'm like, I'm not enjoying this. Like, it's not even like it's like Saw's gory, but I like the, like, figuring out the puzzles and like, first it was who was behind it, kind of thing, like who's Jigsaw and that kind of stuff. So the gore didn't, like, I was entertained by other things, but when Terrifier is just all about the overly gore, like, I know that's on purpose for Terrifier, but I just don't like gore when it's like that. So when I watched it, I was just like, yeah, my mind's off. Disappear to draw Quirrell, but I have returned. Welcome back, Lore. It's why Psychosis is my favorite creepypasta, because it's psychological horror. Yeah.
Legend of a haunted photo that, when viewed, haunts your every waking moment until you either die or decide to spread the word and share it to someone
Oh my god,
else,
hi Jimothy.
Which is exactly what the author does at the end. By reading the story, by viewing the image, you, the reader, now become directly involved in the conflict and are given the choice to perpetuate it further. What was so wonderful about this story too is that by nature, it actively encouraged people to play along with it and add on to it in ways the original author never did. Some people, after reading the story, claimed that the reason nothing happened when you viewed the photo was simply because it was a fake, with the real Smile.jpg existing somewhere on the internet waiting to be found. Others went out of their way to create new versions of the photo which they claimed to be the true Smile Dog, like the now famous Husky version of the image, or the version we see in Chainmail Chasers, leading many to further question the nature of the picture and create their own interpretations of what it means. Can
you imagine the people who created, like, the person who creates the monster and then it becomes popular and it's like you stay silent in the background, never say who did it?
And image became so much more than the initial story that I feel it belongs just as much to the internet as a whole as it did to its original author.
I'm not gonna lie, that rendition of Smile Dog just looks like frickin' the dog from Full Metal Alchemist. If you've watched Full Metal Alchemist, you know exactly what I'm referring to. Big brother Edward.
Internet as a whole as it did to its original author. I feel all of that is a true testament to the overall quality of the creepypasta. Michael Lutz, the author, was able to create a story that so perfectly encapsulated everything that made creepypastas so popular that the very idea of it still lingers in the minds of those who have read it to this day.
Yeah, I know the dog you're talking about.
Because sure, the photo shown in this story is fake. But what if people were onto something and a real version of it really was out there? What if you were unlucky enough to just happen to stumble across it, not even realizing it until it was too late? That's absolutely ridiculous, you may think to yourself. But deep down, you know you can never be certain.
Well, other creepypastas. How are you still around, Smile Dog? And Doggo. That's another one I said. It's Doggo.
Eyeless Jack is one of those interesting examples of how the creepypasta community would often take characters and stories that were poorly written or put together and make them into something far more interesting than their source
I know what you're
material.
talking about. It was very tragic.
The story itself is a very simple
You want to
one,
make a
which
community
goes
of
as
fans
follows.
cry or a fandom cry?
A man named
Just
Mitch
mention
moves
that.
in with his brother Edwin after his house was foreclosed. During his first few nights, Mitch begins hearing rustling outside, but brushes it
That's
off, believing it to be
PTSD-inducing
nothing
scene.
but raccoons. A week later, he wakes up to find a gash across his cheek, and upon visiting the doctor, he is told, quote, "You somehow lost your kidney last night."
Damn it,
And is
ended up
sent
on the
home
black
without
market.
any further investigation into why that could have happened. That night, Mitch attempts once more to get some quality sleep, but is woken to the sight of eyeless Jack looming over his bed, watching him. Jack is described as being a tall, humanoid figure wearing a black hoodie and blue mask, who is missing both his eyes and has black goop leaking from the empty sockets. Mitch manages to snap a photo of the intruder, leading to the origin of the iconic image we know of today, and he ran away to the forest to get away from him. At this point, he's knocked unconscious after somehow tripping, and when he next wakes, he is in the hospital once again. The doctor tells him that he'll be alright, but Edwin was found dead in their house. The story ends with Mitch returning to Edwin's house to retrieve his camera, finding his brother's dead body and a half-eaten kidney sitting right next to it. That is Eyeless Jack, and from a mere description of it, you'd probably wonder why this story ever gained any form of popularity in the creepypasta community in the first place. Aside from the creepy photo which was created by the artist Pirate Cashew, this story really didn't have much going for it. The characters, especially the doctor, are extraordinarily stupid. The pacing is all over the place, and we are quite literally given nothing to work with when it comes to what Jack is supposed to be. And funnily enough, it's that last point that I unironically believe is the reason for this character's popularity. See, while many of the stories I've discussed on this channel had gained their iconography from their disturbing premises and sometimes genuinely good writing, I feel like Eyeless Jack is an exception to that. Looking into the fandom that quickly emerged for these stories and characters, one thing you will quickly notice is the sheer amount of fanfiction material fans of these characters loved to make. People absolutely adored putting their own spins and interpretations on pre-established characters, attempting to make them scarier or in many cases pit them up against other popular characters like them. I feel like this side of the fandom is the absolute reason why Eyeless Jack thrived as much as it did. This story is not good and tells us nothing about its characters or the titular monster, but that unintentionally made it work for creepypasta fans because—
So in other words, it was a blank slate. So people could kind of do whatever they wanted with it. They could insert their OC, they can add more to it if they chose to. It made it very easy.
it effectively gave them a blank canvas of a
slate canvas, same thing, tomato, tomato. But yeah.
Monster they could imprint whatever interpretation they had onto. He had his bare bone gimmick of eating kidneys and having no eyes with black goo oozing from the sockets, but aside from that, you could rewrite him to be any way you want and have it work because he does so little in the original story to begin with. This much can be seen with the many different fan fictions that exist for Eyeless Jack, all of which attempting to give their own spin to his origin and character to try and make him their own. Perhaps the most famous of these fan fictions is the origin story for Jack, which was made by Mishimish on DeviantArt. In this story, Eyeless Jack starts out as a regular college student who ends up being kidnapped by a cult trying to give a vessel to their god. Black tar is poured into Jack's eyes, giving him the vision of the cult's god, but something ends up going wrong with the ritual and Jack is transformed into a horrible monster who slaughters every member of the cult. The story ends with a newspaper headline describing the group of cultists being found dead in the forest with all their kidneys removed. This story was but one of the many fan-made Eyeless Jack origin stories that were made in an attempt to flesh out the character, and fans accepted it as his true origin so much that some fandom wikis even go as far as to classify it as canon, which just isn't true. Okay.
I mean, that's the first time we've had that happen in fandom.
So, editor's note here, there has been a crazy development that I have experienced while in the process of editing this video and grabbing assets, because, you know, you just heard me say that this supposedly canon version of Jack's origin was actually the Mishimish story, which has been misinterpreted into his canon lore. So as it turns out, I was wrong about that, actually. If you scroll down on the wiki page that I use as an example of this, you can actually see labeled under non-canon the Mishimish story, which has all the exact same details as the one that is supposedly canon, aside from some small things like Jack's name being different. So, you know, I got a bit curious about that and started doing some looking into it, you know? I wanted to fact check to make sure I wasn't spreading misinformation, and upon doing some more research, I found out that the Mishimish version of the story was actually based on a bunch of bulletin points and canon lore for Jack that was provided by the original story's author, Azel 5000. And like, you know, this wasn't like written into like a canon story. No, this origin and like these details about him were just provided as these little cliff notes for any fan fiction writers or members of the community to basically just sink their teeth into if they wanted to write any material with him or just learn more about the character. So I was wrong about whether or not this was canon, because it is. However, in being wrong, I actually got a stronger point for what I'm trying to say in this video, because the actual canon explanation here is that the creator just straight up gave people a bunch of little tidbits of lore about Jack and just said, go ham, go write your own shit with it, go use this. So I guess this was a happy little accident in the process of making this. So yeah, there you go. There's that bit. You don't need to comment about it. Anyway, back to the video. I feel like that alone is a testament, though, to why this character is so appealing to so many people. It's not really the story itself, but rather that this character and his concept were reinvented and explored by so many fans that he at this point belongs just as much to the fanbase as a whole as he does to the story's original author. And honestly, I think that's really cool. Having grown up viewing these creepypastas more as urban legends than fictional horror stories, seeing all these unique spins on characters like Eyeless Jack in a way made them feel more special to me. It was like everyone had their own story to tell about this character, all of which fleshing him out and exploring him in ways I never expected to see. And that alone was enough to turn what I initially viewed as one of the worst written creepypastas into an internet horror classic. Eyeless Jack became the creepypasta community's blank canvas, and in his own strange way, I absolutely adore him as a character for it. If you ever get the chance, go check out some of the art and stories made surrounding him. You may—
Yeah, I can imagine the stuff people came up with. Jack's story was legit just show up, take kidney, refuse to elaborate, leave. Like, that's a terrifying on its own. I love how everyone just kind of unanimously agreed that EJ was a chill dude who just wanted to snap. Oh yeah, anyway, Eyeless Jack feels like the creepypasta equivalent of when a fandom latches on to a background character and goes wild making up lore for them. Yeah. Oh yeah, fandoms definitely. I mean, that's kind of. I feel like that's maybe not quite yet with MD because a lot of the projects are being worked on, but like, I could see it. Fandoms definitely carry like FNAF for sure, Undertale. Even though I know there's a lot of bad stuff with Undertale, but also the fandom made also some great things. MLP, Friends with Magic fandom, a lot of fandoms. Yeah, I mean. Team Fortress 2, I feel like Team Fortress 2 I feel like is only still around because of the fandom for sure. I feel like that for sure is definitely for Team Fortress 2. And fudge, what did I just say? What fandom did I just say? Not Undertale. FNAF. Well, Team Fortress 2 and FNAF. And yeah, MD definitely not yet. I think once those projects start coming out, like the like Xander's one, animated thing, I think those two especially. I know Don't know if B's still working on the episode she was working on, but like her, like those three, when they come out, definitely for sure. Will bring life back into the fandom. To a degree.
Has this ever happened to you? You're tired of the monotony and suddenly think, could there ever be a world where there's nothing but fun? One where you don't have to worry about those boring chores. Or people who don't understand you. A place where you can feel free.
Naruto? I'm sorry, I think it was the Uzumaki like symbol for him.
A place perfect for people like you. Hey there, I'm Cotton Candy, and welcome to Spiral Park, where I'm most
I swear to God, Sticks, if I dare see you comment wood, I'm gonna.
definitely not lying about everything I said, if you were paying attention. Here in my sweet home, everything is possible. Want to eat all the cotton candy you want? Fly alongside the birds? Play with a dolphin? Ride a roller coaster in the clouds? Be happy?
I don't know with you.
The only limit is your imagination. Let me show you. Introducing the best Imagineer in the park, and one of my best friends, VO Pantomime.
Catching strays while doing nothing. Now I was just half expecting and waiting for you to just type wood.
VO! Come on, it's your turn.
I mean, let's be fair. You're the one that says wood the most often of anyone, so. Hello, depressed Pomni? Or it's like sun and moon, but moon is Pomni? Swing? Okay. I just have a lot of love in my heart. Mm-hmm. Sure. The twist is that it's actually wholesome and things end up going wrong, not from the beginning, but from later outside forces. Have they done anything else since this? Oh, this was 2 weeks ago. Never mind. So, I mean, cool if they ever come out with it. I think you mean pants. A lot of love from the pants. Yeah. Oh yeah, the spin jump.
Ouch! Hey! Ah! Stop! I said stop!
I said stop! Alright, but note how the mine was catching her at the bottom of the swing's arc and pushing her back up. Jimothy. That's the thing you point out. It's like, forget the two characters. You guys are really getting a little too into it. Oh. Oh, she broke something. Okay. Physics was strong against her all the way. She's strong as hell. Buff.
Got you.
I'm hungry.
What the fudge?
You smell like
Grilled cheese.
What?
Grill me a cheese.
I'm not grilling you a cheese.
Are they fruits, actually? Wait, carrot, banana? You missed the mini episode for this with the character. Which one? I don't see it. There's all the nefarious stuff. And then Punked Pooch. And then Port by the Sea. Then Tessa the Jampire. And then the grilled cheese.
God's sake.
Poe and Tessa. Oh my god.
Hun! I've
Xbox.
decided that I would like a hug.
Why?
Because we're boyfriends.
Little butt up there SB video of Tessa and thumbnail. Oh, this? Okay. Not the pop cat. The cutoff screen.
Man, everyone has such cute
I think it's hilarious that she's a carrot, but she's got a belly on her. Like she's not skinny or anything, it's just a vegetable. Damn, she's sick! What the fudge? Oh my god!
You, right?
And of course, I just realized that the guy character, I feel like they're together and he's a banana.
Bob? Over here, buddy?
Or they're not a couple. Seem like they are.
You looking at Punk?
Never got that neuron activation on stream. No, I was shocked. I don't like the characters so. Not that thick. You know that sticks. I was just like, damn, I was expecting her to be that. Like she rolled over and I'm just like, what? No, it's not monkey brain activation or anything. Don't you have a cell phone to call Glob?
Where did you go? Poe's gonna be so pissed when he finds out I lost.
Oh, okay, Glob's like a pet or something. Never mind. Oh.
Hey, Tessa. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention I was taking Glob out. We went down the road and— Whoa!
Oh my god, you came back! I'm so sorry for losing you, my sweet baby boy. I promise I'll never lose
The nose! It's like freaking Squidward or the villagers. Huh.
You're my precious little biscuit baby pants. I love you so much. I thought I lost you forever.
Boyfriend's like, where's my love? I took Glob with me. It's kind of funny.
Friend and girlfriend, you big dummy!
No, wait, hold on.
Hun! I've decided that I would like a hug.
Why?
Because we're boyfriend and girlfriend, you big dummy!
I feel like I would be more... I'd be more like the boyfriend. Or I would be the girlfriend with that. Or it's just, I'm just like, okay, but why? At first. Now I probably just go, okay. Before I would have been like, oh, why? And it's like, because we're boyfriend and girlfriend.
But you don't like getting hugged.
Yeah, but we're a couple! We should have hugged by now, right? So I want to hug you!
Alright.
Oh, they haven't hugged yet. Okay.
Alright, we can hug,
Aw, that's the spirit. Now give your girlfriend a hug!
I'm gonna guess they weren't best friends prior, because I feel like you give your best friend a hug. Then maybe not, because he did say that she didn't like hugs, so. Oh my god. That's cute. The Dorpy. Or he's doing that because he's got a different reaction. If you give him food, the pet will give emerald to you. Oh my god.
Oh, what are you doing? How am I supposed to clean this up? Wow, you suck. Ah!
Oh, man. I'm just not good at this.
Hate. Let me tell you how much I've come to hate you since I began to live. There are 387.44 million miles of printed circuits and wafer-thin layers that fill my
I just go silent. I'm like, huh, go again.
complex. If the word hate was engraved on each nanoangstrom of those hundreds
These are characters from the pilot that before this video, okay.
millions of miles, it would not equal one billionth of the hate I feel for humans at this micro instant for you. Hate.
I guess. Another pilot? Oh, pilot trailer. Okay. How much indie stuff have you found? I know Sam's monologue is taken from somewhere, but I don't remember where it's from. Oh, that's where it's from?
Are you ready for the big show tonight? You don't know that. We don't have time for this.
Now this screams something I would have seen on DeviantArt or like Flash.
Goddess Beatrice, are you okay? Did you get hurt?
Yeah, I'm fine. Kind of fun, actually.
Huh.
I'm a diamond dragon.
Dime a dozen.
Doing the Uptown Throwdown.
I'm very interested to see if they get the pilot. Understandable, raisin bread is good. I used to love raisin bread with tuna salad.
Yeah,
Probably still
so
would.
just thought I'd stop by to get some bread. It's for a special occasion. Yeah, you know, I'm not like other girls. When I buy bread, it's for a good reason. Ready or not, I'm really excited to—
What's the special occasion, ma'am?
She wants to keep talking.
Glad you asked. I've been gathering the most heinous foods known to man to create the perfect army of rotten ideas. Black licorice, grapefruit, grape soda, evil grape soda, grape Tylenol.
Hey, I actually like grape soda.
And once I have them all,
Okay,
nothing
just
will
rip his face off, I guess.
stop me from reaching the top shelf in my pantry.
Yeah, even though you can fly though.
That'll be $3.89.
You heard the lady. Pay up.
Just pulls him out of the trash to pay.
Yeah, you do everything. That's like your thing. Cough up the dough.
I didn't bring my wallet.
You. What am I
The little tantrum.
paying you for?
To pay your bills, apparently.
Did you check your back pocket?
I don't have any pockets.
Did you check your front pocket?
I just said, like, I said.
You didn't even check, like you didn't even try to try.
I said I don't.
There's cash in one of these stores, I swear. Aha! What is this?
Hey, that's my college fund.
You brought me shame, Minion.
Oh, sorry. My evil college fund.
You've redeemed yourself, Minion. Here you go.
This is the fan animation. I'm not gonna lie, this is probably my favorite out of all of them.
Yeah, I don't know that we can take this.
What? Why not?
This is Monopoly money.
Honestly, ma'am, I'm doing you a favor taking this bread off your hands. Can I just have it?
You're holding up the line.
Well, Oh, so you don't have $4 for bread, but you can buy a whole cake?
Yeah, I'm treating myself tonight.
I don't have time for this. Ready or not, here I... Wait, did I make this joke already?
my wallet? Keep the change, doll.
Oh my god. I do not condone the Blacklisters slander. I don't understand, but Blacklisters is actually good.
Why didn't Batman just use his cape to glide?
I could use some air support, since I can't fly at all.
Nowadays, it's common to see Batman gliding around Gotham City using his cape, but in the DC cartoons of the 90s and 2000s, Batman falls all the time, and if a grappling hook fails, he's a goner. In Batman the Animated Series, he was seen using everything from a jetpack to a full-on hang glider, as well as the sleek and powerful Batwing to get around the skies. And the whirly bat, but we don't talk about that. And once, when ejecting from the Batwing during Justice League, his ejector seat came equipped with a rigid glider itself. But when it comes to just outstretching the old bat cape, that concept is actually a pretty recent one. Sure, Batman did it in the 60s and 70s comic books every once in a while, but only for very short distances, more like a mini parachute. And Michael Keaton's Batman used his cape to glide in 1992's Batman Returns,
The Casher is the
but
most
it was a
relatable character.
one-time use gadget and never implemented by the cartoon. In fact, DCAU
Average
Batman
cashier.
couldn't cape glide until the 2019
At least in the United
film
States.
Justice League versus the Fatal Five. Well, besides Batman Beyond, of course.
Flight capability? This thing might be old, but it's still cutting edge.
Until Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy and the Arkham video game series, the gliding cape wasn't really a commonplace aspect of the character, explaining its absence in the DCAU. But funny enough, as deduced by the Animation Rewind channel, the first video game to feature the Caped Crusader gliding was Batman Vengeance, a tie-in to the animated series. And soon we'll be doing it all over the place as Lego Batman.
Suffering from propulsion envy, Batboy?
Okay, that's one extra large Hawaiian surprise for Eaton Beaver? Sorry, I don't speak Greek.
I don't speak Greek. Okay. Family. Oh my god, I just registered that. I was like, what was the echo that I'm like? It was family. Okay. Okay. Listen to what the guy said again.
Okay, that's one extra large Hawaiian surprise for Eaton Beaver? Sorry, I don't speak Greek.
Understandable. Me when I was doing YouTube and stuff and reactions. Oh, me before the burnout finally. Alarm remix? The random Spanish muchacho diablo at
I've been waiting for you, little man. I see your mother has prepared us some sandwiches. Oh, how I
Oh, don't get in my ear like that.
adore sandwiches. Oh, forgive me, I haven't introduced myself yet. I'm the director of UVA Academy. By the way, son, do you have any edibles?
Huh? Oh, never mind.
Edibles?
In that, follow me. We have much to do.
In
This
any
is
case,
sad. Well animated too.
look like a snack in that uniform. Let me introduce the starter Pokemon! You have Weed Cat, Fuecoco, and
Weed Cat.
Hockey Duck. They're all wonderful Pokemon, but you can only choose one.
I'd probably be torn between Dino or Kitty. But it always depends on what their final evolved forms and stuff are.
Well, you make your decision. I'll be taking a little stroll around the neighborhood to find me a plug for some goodies. Link up with me when you're done.
Did you just say a plug for some goodies? Freaking Tom scream. screen. Hey, what with Dino? Did you just try kissing him? Deserved for throwing the cat and duck.
Oh, I see you've met my plug. I mean your new class.
This guy's on a list.
Mate Lamona.
Hi.
By the way, Lamona, these edibles ain't shit.
That's what they all say. Hey, so you're the new student, right?
Why do you sound like Luna? Oh, wait. Oh! Wait, really? The voices are AI? Like, some parts I thought, but a lot of it sounds good. Wait, what? Voices were made using 11 Labs AI. I'm aware of the general consensus surrounding AI, so if I decide to go ahead and continue these type of videos long term, I'll look for proper Did he take the Luna? This animation was started way before AI took off the way it did, and it was originally supposed to be a joke post and not meant to be taken seriously. That's not bad AI.
Nice to meet you, bro.
This is still a great video. I mean,
A low 5. Nice.
this kind of scares me how like the AI is actually not bad.
You two have become acquainted. I'll go ahead and wait for you guys in my whip. These edibles better be worth that champion badge, Zabona.
Now, Kith.
Oh, don't listen to him. He's, old. So
That does sound like Luna's VA, though.
anyways, Fueco?
You got that kind of like voice, you know, when you sound like this.
Uh-huh.
That really.
He's, cute?
Don't make fun of Raptor, Dino, Flame Boy, Charmander ripoff.
Alright, let's get straight to the point. I see the way you look at me. Am I smelling what you're baking?
Not the lip bite, too. I love he's got like the shadow under his eyes. About to sing Soulja Boys.
Oh, yeah. You want to have
Or
a Pokemon
Saja.
battle with me, don't ya?
This animation's great.
Pokemon battle with me, don't ya?
I heard that Ed and Eddie sound effect too with the groaning like noise or whatever it was.
Aw, don't get too excited. Huh? Hold up! Wait, just a quick battle.
No.
Come on!
Like at least okay. So what? The voices are. I swear, if anyone had problems with like his AI voices, the animation's great.
Let's see what Coco can do.
How about now?
So Sticks, got anything to say about that? Anything a word you would say? This person's great at timing and animation. What? I definitely want more. That was so good. Yeah, this is great. The black bars are trying to ship them. Yeah. My lawyer has advised not to comment. Yeah, that's I knew that one. Welcome back, Laura. The balloon popped nice.
Director of UVA Academy. By the way, son, do you have any edibles?
Hold up! Wait, just a quick battle.
Now I'm curious how different the voices are for this. Higher the budget, more memes, and real voice actors are more Nimona teasing. Let's see.
Is this your first time? I'll go a little easy then. Come on, Weed Cat!
Is it bad that I kind of like the AI voice for her? Maybe because... Maybe I shouldn't have paused in that pose. I kind of like the more raspy, like, yeah, like, lower voice for her in the previous one. Granted, it was AI, but... kind of preferred her old voice. Not a bad voice they chose or went with, but I kind of like the... Oh, she went with the cat. Okay. He used Pimp Slap. It's super effective.
Yeah,
I guess right. Six loves Latina.
Really good at throwing. Anyways, go ahead. Make the first move.
Okay, bye. Bye.
Little echoey. Need to hear more of him.
What is this feeling? I've never lost a Pokemon battle until now, even if I am going easy. He's pretty good. That wouldn't hurt to follow him around and watch us every move. For research purposes, of course.
Research? Girl, don't you dare be moving like that in that face when you're... Nah, she's definitely gooning up. This kind of reminds me of the Pokemon Abridged, but I forgot what it was called. It was like... Oh, I don't even know if he's come out with a new episode or not. I think he's working on a new episode. But it reminds me of that, and I found that one great, too.
Oh, hey. What took you so long?
Huh?
Since you clearly already know how to battle with Pokemon, how about catching them?
I'm actually going to subscribe to this because I want more of this.
Observe.
The animation! Like, is this person doing it all alone? Animated credits, animated subtitles by Stupid Will Audrey, director VA, Nimona VA, OCVA, the internet, So is this, are they all alone with animating this? If so, somebody hire them. Wow.
Now, you try.
Music.
Battle and catch Pokemon.
Hunter, help me. Me if I came down and there was like Rin prepared a full-on meal for me. A guy who can cook.
Hopefully you guys are getting along.
Can you not tell with how she's hugging his arm?
All right, you lover boys, get in the car.
Lover boys. Was that the Dr. Livesey walk? I don't know. This is my favorite animation I've watched in a while. I'm not gonna lie.
Cool? This car brakes by itself. What? No, I don't
It brakes by itself. Oh, so it's the Tesla truck.
mean brake as in stop. I mean it starts falling apart on its own.
I don't mean to startle you, but the back wheels already came off a while ago.
And there goes the doors, the main frame, and everything else.
Oh, man.
Okay, no need to panic. Just brace yourself for impact. Oh my word! I hope he had insurance. This car cost me a fortune!
Don't worry, OC. Maybe if you feed him,
OC.
he'll get better. I bet he's just hungry.
Yeah, okay. Whatever.
Give me that. Oh God, it's the Popo. Time to go.
Why is his eyes all red rimmed? Is he high?
What? Why? We can just explain to the police.
No, so he is high.
Holy shit!
You just ran him over fully, man. Oh my God. My honest reaction is seeing Jonathan losing 98% of his muscle mass in Araki's modern art style. Wait, what? Ah. Damn. I mean, it's more realistic proportions, but damn, that's This looks more like before and then the after, not the after then the. Joe's normal days. Star Platinum. Old art style, ham on. New art style, ham off. This ain't JoJo's no more. This is Johnny's casual routine. What happened? Yes, remember the first time episode you was talking about edibles? Yeah, I didn't really think he had, I didn't think of that with the red rim eyes. Get yourself a man who can cook. Yes. Best is when both can cook, because then you can take turns. Or, like, you can both cook at the same time.
Wow, your legs look great in those jeans. You should see me without them. Why would you take off your legs?
Why would you take off your legs? Oh, God.
And that was La 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 La, smurfing up the charts. Before that, we heard.
And when they met him in this episode, he was in a car with smoke all inside. Oh, okay.
La 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 La. Now at number 84, here's La 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 La.
La 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 la, Smurf Radio.
I don't want to imagine him without. I'm just gonna imagine that's a blueberry sandwich. This is like some of those Burger King commercials or like Carl's Jr. commercials they used to have, I don't know, like 10, 15 plus years ago, where they were very sexual. I think was it Carl's Jr. that literally had a cowgirl eating on the hood of a truck with the sauce dripping off, and she had it's like, what the fudge? This is no longer food ads, this is sex ads. Oh, this one. Brought to you by Gray. Oh my god. I'm actually gonna feel sick.
The half-pound Smurf.
I don't like there is some clear gel part and it's like.
And Gargles Jr.
Sassad, Smurflings, you... Oh no. That's a gypsy moth! You've killed us all.
We've lost every Smurfberry within a 50-mile radius, Farmer Smurf.
I'm so glad that was done. That was gonna actually
We're a medieval farming community with no access to modern pesticides who made the brilliant choice to subsist on a single crop. Yeah, we're all gonna starve.
We'll die of hunger long before that happens.
Oh, dopey Smurf, I shall miss your banter most of all.
Gargamel! It's Smurfed you 30 years, but you finally found us.
Yes, on Google Earth, your village now stands out like a wart on a shaved ball bag. But good news, I have a whole greenhouse full of Smurfberry plants.
And why is that?
Well, I'll level with you. I was planning to create a strain of poison Smurfberries, but that meant going back to get my master's in botany, and then I got sidetracked with a semester of drama club to try and impress this girl named Nadia, which of course...
Just throw a spork at him, or...
Yeah, all right. Yeah,
what do they call it? Hay bale... I forgot what it's called.
I will give those life-giving Smurfberries to the winner of my Smurf Hunger Games!
No Smurf would ever hurt another Smurf for food! Hey everybody, we're doing this. So, I'm gonna Smurf 12 names from a hat.
Gosh, I wonder where we're ever gonna find a hat.
Every single one of them.
Alright, Ironic Smurf just volunteered. He and 11...
Ironic Smurf just...
Oh, well then Smurf to the death. And Gargamel will film the entire competition for some unknown reason.
Yeah, probably so we can jack off to it later.
Well, I might. Let the games begin!
Ooh, this looks promising.
Dying's easy. Comedy's hard. Dying's harder than I thought.
Smurfing together, Scaredy. If there ever was a time to grow a third dimension as a character, this is it. Don't
grow a third dimension as a character.
like a punk. Ah! I shot myself in the dick! No! That is a definition
the Smurf is Vanity always admiring in that mirror? Our faces are identical. Beautiful.
I was gonna say you could technically see he can see you in the mirror. Jiminy Christmas!
Cook these steaks is gonna get their face blown off. I mean, I guess we are a 1980s cartoon with wildly inconsistent writing.
With wildly inconsistent writing. Welcome back, X. Kitty, no!
Holy smurfing ass crackers! How is Gargamel paying for all this stuff?
Taco Bell! Pizza Kool-Aid! Wait, what is it for Kool-Aid?
Holy smurfing paying stuff.
Kool-Aid Jammers.
Oh, definitely gonna jack off to that. Give me some privacy! Do you know how long it's been since I've had any sexual gratification? I'm 70 years old, bald, fat, and I only own one outfit! This robe used to be a floral print, for God's sake!
Papa, we need to modernize. We should turn some of these Smurf berries into preserves to avoid a future shortage.
Oh, how cute. Why don't you smurf along and roll a hoop with a stick or whatever?
Actually, bitch, I think it's time for a new Papa Smurf.
A Smurf what now?
Call me Daddy.
Who's your papa?
Same vibe. She cutting off the beard?
Who's your papa?
I hate kneeling. I hate pissing my pants.
Christmas.
I don't usually get involved in day-to-day operations, so I'm smurfing undercover.
Oh, Undercover. I remember watching this show.
They'll never smurf, it's me. Oh, I haven't smurfed these things off for nearly 300 years. Talk about crotch rot.
Wish we still had that show, but I feel like not many bosses would care.
Oh, you're my new intern, huh?
Especially if you hear employees talk bad about them.
Farmer Smurf, teach me to care about your sad little life. I mean, your noble and fulfilling career choice. Well, Smurfs are a thirsty bunch, so we gotta smurf them fresh milk every day. We've been drinking caterpillar milk? Oh, this is agony. It feels like
Not gonna lie, that doesn't look like milk.
It feels like my hands are gonna smurf off. Yep, my carpal tunnel got so bad, they had to fuse my wrist bones in place. But our healthcare is smurfy, right? Yeah, my deductible is 2,000 Smurf berries. What? Dr. Smurf, why are deductibles so high?
Well, you smurf a lot of uppity questions for an intern. Just treat the next patient while I go for a Jamba Juice run in my gold-plated helicopter. Zoom, zoom.
Actually, I'm not
Zoom,
really
zoom.
We need Dr. Smurf. Handy had an accident.
Did someone get a sliver? Oh, my smurfing god!
I sawed right through a load-bearing mushroom. Half our building materials are fungus. Oh, trade school didn't prepare me for this.
You can Smurf his fingers, right, nurse?
I'll certainly try. I certainly tried.
I'll certainly try. I certainly tried.
You can probably stop sewing.
No, I'm gonna get this. So, Grouchy Smurf, how's the coffee today? I hate
I'd love to see Elon Musk. Oh, God. No, yeah, he definitely would never be on that.
Okay, but how do you like working here? I hate working here.
You know what we need? We need undercover president. President goes around asking people their opinions of him. Oh, my God.
Okay, well, is there anything that
You know what? There should be something like that, honestly.
Papa Smurf. What exactly do you do around here? I hate stuff. I'm being deadly serious. I hate shoveling dog shit. But now that's actually an appropriate reaction. Carry on, dog shit Smurf.
Since its publication
Oh. The women are the emotional ones, right? Like overly emotional. Okay, you both are.
Understands. So this VCR is as simple to program
program is drawing a line. This Panasonic shows you what to do on screen. You can even use a phone to program this VCR.
My parents don't need me anymore. They got a Panasonic VCR too.
And you know what's funny? Parents still need us. Even though they could easily look up this information now, they still... Not all of them, but... Wait!
They got a Panasonic VCR too, huh?
If it's Panasonic, it's easy to program.
Just slightly ahead of our time. At least they're honest. Oh my god, though. Somebody goes, I love Panasonic stuff. I still record Lost every week with my 1987 VHS. My 30-inch 1999 TV has a nice picture cell along with Panasonic. Oh my god. My parents don't need me anymore.
Yeah, hi.
Oh god.
We'd like a table for two, please. Well, tables are like first come, first serve, dude. You want your Happy Meal or not? Yeah, hi.
Okay, I guess. Haha. I don't get that one that much. Guess I'll have to add this one again to my save watch later. House on the Outlands full series compilation. What? Is that for later? I'll go back up and I'll start watching the longer ones because I feel like I'm getting close to the end.
Call me crazy, but I don't think they deserve to have their bright futures ruined by a momentary, minute, never to be repeated lapse of judgment.
So me? Momentary lapse of judgment. Oh my god. Of course. Will you do reactions of them though? I'll see. I'll look at it more. It's just right now I'll have it so that last one, the compilation one, you can keep in the playlist because I'll look at it to see if it's like, is it like a full on like episode, like a pilot kind of thing, or is it literally just little short videos? Because if that's the case, then I'll just watch it. I love the femur, that's a tongue. I love the femur breaker scream sound effect that was used there. That was the full series. Okay. Stop motion? No. You see animation? Hi. I just see animation. This is why that animation exists of the frickin' villagers being tortured by Steve. What the fudge? Episodes are like 2 minutes, so I mean, I'll just react to them on stream then, since they're that short. Styx would give the same verdict if it was Alice. Uh-huh. No, definitely. Hey, Chaz, how have you been? Has been following the channel for 3 years, 25 minutes. Has been following Narjan for 3 years. Well then. So, well then, has it been that long? Let me see.
I want you to imagine.
Oh my god. I'm 100% certain a dev made that enemy in a few minutes as a joke, and the director loved it so much they kept it in the final. It wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me whatsoever if that was the case.
I want you to imagine you're cave diving. You turn a corner and see a spider web the size of the fucking wall.
I mean, it's still not strong enough to hold us in place, though, so I'm not scared of it.
Regret to inform you that no, this is not fake. This is an actual photo from the inside of a cave on the Greek-Albanian border, where scientists have discovered the world's largest spider web.
Why do I feel like it's just a bunch of spiders that have been undisturbed for so long? It's just one big web.
In a portion of the cave crammed to the brim with sulfur that has quite literally never seen the like
Average gotcha addict. Also, well, to be honest, how long will it take you to do reactions to the other pilots? I mean, honestly, if I sit down, like, I really need to do movies first, because I did all the stuff prior to leaving. So, I really need to do, like, the Sonic movie. I think there were, like, 1 or 2 other movies I needed to do, and then I could do, like, the pilots, which I don't think that would take long, so. Oh, this dude. Yeah, Mr. Australian, more Pars.
God,
that room looks nicer than mine.
This wall of white sticky stuff spans 1,100 square fucking feet. That is the size of a 2-bedroom fucking house. However, finding the average Australian home on the wall of a cave at Y11 brings up a far scarier question. What the fuck built it? Well,
I really doubt it's one spider.
Belief of many. No, we did not discover a giant spider lair. Nor is this the result of a single spider with creative mode and world edit.
Creative
No, it's far fucking worse. Because this web is the arachnid equivalent of getting the boys on for a 2-week Minecraft phase. Because this web is a collaborative effort.
Okay, so it is multiple spiders.
It was built by 111,000 fucking spiders.
I mean, okay, if that many spiders, of course. Now, if you had said that was one single spider, I would go, damn, how long does that spider live for? And how long did it take it to do that? But yeah, it makes sense. I don't know. I'm not scared of spiders, so for me, seeing that's not like a holy shit thing. If anything, I'd be like, cool, and I'd want to take photos. I honestly don't remember who Zatanna is. Hannibal Lecter. I have your liver with Chianti beans. Oh, yeah, that's physically impossible. Even more, yes. Okay. This should be enough for stream, for the rest of the stream. I would say these. Let's see, 12, 20. Yeah, these should be enough. Also, Zatanna's a magic user. Huh. Let me guess, Stix, you like the Absolute Universe version the most.
Okay, so imagine you're one of the 5 people in the world who doesn't know anything about The Lord of the Rings. All you know is it's a classic, and people won't shut up about it. So you finally open up the book and you see both a prologue and a foreword from the author, and so you think, what a marvelous way of dipping my toes before reading the story. So then you start reading, and then the author, he just spoils the out of it for you in very quick succession.
Now I'm kind of glad I never read the book. Mom, what things are you gonna get from your 1.5k cart? I have no idea. I still haven't decided. I got 16 days technically until the sale's done, so I probably won't decide until like a few days prior to the end of the sale.
You learn all 4 Hobbit protagonists survive their quests, so no matter what crazy...
But honestly, it most likely, I'm pretty guaranteeing I'm gonna be getting the end statue. Because I'm also gonna look at it as if any of these do never come back, which ones would I be the most upset about? It would definitely be the end statue. And now the Solver Uzi. So I'll probably, honestly, well, the Solver Uzi one just came out too, so I'll probably get the end statue, and then maybe maybe some of the pajama, like I don't know.
Situation they're in, you never have to worry about them. Also, the wizard Saruman betrays Gandalf, and it goes on to really imply that the main antagonist Sauron is defeated, since it talks about there being some King Elisar and a Stuart Faramir, and the hobbits, well, they go on to have their own descendants. All of this is happening, and you're like, hi, I haven't started reading the story yet. Thanks. So then you start reading the story.
It literally spoils it. I mean, obviously the hobbits survive if they all have descendants, except for Frodo, I think. Sauron kind of like hinting at being defeated. Like, what?
And then you're assaulted by more nonchalant spoilers that seems to serve no purpose other than to stop the momentum of the plot. You'll find characters in scary circumstances kidnapped by monsters, and then the text will interrupt to say something like, often afterwards, Pippin tried to describe his impression of them. And then you're like, often afterwards sucks. It's a needless reminder that nothing too bad can happen. You're not alone if while reading The Lord of the Rings, you felt as though Tolkien went out of his way to self-sabotage any suspense in his story. And this issue speaks to my heart as a person on your screen. I hate spoilers. I don't like it when my friends tell them to me. I really don't like it when my authors tell them to me. It feels
yeah, I wouldn't have liked that. I'm not a big fan of spoilers either.
And begs the all-important question: was Tolkien like a
troll?
Like a dumb guy?
A dumb guy? Or was he trolling?
With full confidence, assure you that Tolkien was not like a dumb guy. One of my favorite things about Tolkien is that everything he did was intentional, even the stuff you're annoyed by. There's very few whoopsies within The Lord of the Rings. He simply believed that this was the best way to tell his story, and it really, really worked for him, so we can't argue, but we can ask, why? Okay, the first
we can't argue, but we can ask why.
One thing to understand is that spoilers are a relatively modern concern. The first recorded entry of the term occurred in 1971, but it's not like people weren't aware of the concept before that. The director Alfred Hitchcock pleaded with audiences to avoid spoiling his 1960 film Psycho, saying, quote, please don't give away the ending.
Do I have to worry about a spoiler of that in here? Because I actually have never watched Psycho, and I don't think I've ever seen the spoiler for it. Unless the spoiler was that it was his son or something like that. I don't remember exactly. I've never seen Psycho. Like, I've seen clips of it, obviously the shower scene, but I've never seen, like, the ending.
It's the only one we have. But Tolkien wasn't writing for film. He was participating in a literary tradition, one with perhaps
I really should.
different sense
No,
of
I should
humor.
do a reaction to that, actually. I wonder if people like that. A reaction, an actual, never seen the Psycho movie.
Around spoilers. You're probably thinking a
Chocolate
novel.
syrup. All I could think of is Chocolate Man or Chocolate Rain.
Right? But if you asked, J.R. Tolkien, is The Lord of the Rings a novel, sir? He would say, no. Everyone knows that Tolkien was very precise in his language, being a philologist, but not everyone knows that Tolkien was also a dick. But a great dick. Of the dicks, mine favorite dick. In letter 329, Tolkien explains that, quote, my work is not a novel, but a heroic romance. A much older and quite different variety of literature. And I'm sure that you, like me, know exactly what a heroic romance is, but for any dumbos out there, what is it? It's a
Any of you who don't know, like me.
Distinguished class of imaginative literature that flourished in the 1600s, principally in France. Because when I think of The Lord of the Rings, the first thing that comes to my mind is 17th century France. But don't mock him. It's not like the guy could call The Lord of the Rings high fantasy. The genre didn't exist yet. Also, Tolkien was very specific about the kinds of writing that inspired him. I mean, this is the same guy who stopped writing the sequel to The Lord of the Rings because he realized the story would just be a, quote, thriller, not worth doing. I'd love to read it, but that's okay.
I think a lot of us Tolkien fans or like Lord of the Rings fan would. It's like, hey, I'll take anything legit like written by Tolkien. Even a sequel that he goes would have been a thriller, not worth doing. Are there any surviving like scraps of that?
Thriller implies like a propulsive, suspenseful plot where spoilers would matter more. Such a book would lack the subtlety and grace of 17th
I'm actually kind
century
of curious now what a thriller would be
Whereas
like
a
with
heroic
Tolkien.
romance might sound like a dusty, antiquated form of writing, and that's because it literally is. The genre died by 1669, but it was like other types of old stories. There weren't spoiler cultures around the Odyssey or Beowulf.
He only
They
did
were
one
about
chapter?
the journey, not the destination, man. But this only half answers the question, because a heroic romance wasn't Tolkien's only description for The Lord of the Rings. He also spoke about how he wrote it as though it was real
You watched a video on it?
history.
Well,
Oh,
for
so it's
instance,
survived?
this whole matter of the appendices, 100 pages, language, social customs, history. Normally, if you had been writing a history as a historian, all these would have existed on a card index before you ever began to write. Is this true for The Lord of the Rings?
That is partly out of the fact that I'm a meticulous sort of bloke.
And this makes a lot of sense. The detail Tolkien embeds into Middle-earth makes it feel like actual history. And you can't spoil history. I mean, you can, but no one cares. But for the real Tolkien, stop being cute. Tell us why you actually wrote these books the way you wrote them. Answer, we have to look back at the same spoiler-filled prologue in which he states, quote, "The prime motive was the desire of a tale-teller to try his hand at a really long story that would hold the attention of readers, amuse them, delight them, and at times maybe excite them or deeply move them." The truth is that Tolkien simply didn't view plot spoilers as an obstacle
in the
to
background.
delighting, exciting, or moving us. And that ought to tie a clean, crisp bow on the video you clicked on about why Tolkien didn't care about spoilers.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. This doesn't have to do with the video, but I just thought of it because I was listening to music. You know, we've got Harry Potter theme parks. We have Epic Studios that has like a Harry Potter theme section. When are we gonna get a Lord of the Rings like theme park or a section of a theme park with Lord of the Rings? I would go there so fast. Like, I want to go to the Epic Studios one, but I want a Lord of the Rings theme park or a section. Give me one.
The problem is
I want to go to the Prancing Pony Inn, and I want to see people I want to see like people dressed as the characters or whatever.
Tolkien cared about
I get my own
spoilers.
ring.
Of the dicks, my
You know I never wear it.
dick. In 1953, before the
I
trilogy
just have
was
it, like,
released,
displayed.
Tolkien wrote a letter to his publisher in which he expressed his desire that the third installment in The Lord of the Rings should be entitled The War of the Ring, not The Return of the King. You might ask, why is that? Well, Tolkien felt that The Return of the King spoiled too much. Saying, quote, "On reflection, I prefer for Volume 3 The War of the Ring, since it gets in the ring again, and is also more non-committal, and gives less hint about the turn of the story. The chapter titles have been chosen also to give away as little as possible in advance." This point about the cheekily worded chapter titles is true. For instance, the chapter in which Boromir dies is entitled The Departure of Boromir. Not only because depart is a clever euphemism for death, but also because until that point, the story had been seeding Boromir's departure from the Fellowship to
True.
Minas Tirith. So despite being heroic romance or history, Tolkien was clearly holding certain cards up his sleeves. This is in contrast to something like The Children of Húrin, in which either Tolkien or his son Christopher committed harder to the history theme by presenting chapters as though they were well-known historical events. These chapters are entitled The Deaths of Turin, Beleg, and Glaurung, not their departures. I was gonna put a spoiler warning for that, but if I've learned anything from this video, it's that I shouldn't, right? So what does the video essay guy think when Tolkien throws a little
I doubt we can
curveball,
find people to
adds
dress as
some
hobbits.
thriller-esque plot development
Yeah.
to my neat little video?
I mean, true, yeah. I mean, I feel like you could hire short people. Or not short people, but, you know, what's the politically correct term that won't offend them? Is it midgets? Is midgets appropriate? Really short people. You missed the joke. What? What part? What joke?
Chapters. These chapters Beleg departures. I was gonna put a spoiler warning for that, but if I've learned anything from this video, it's that I shouldn't, right? So what does the video essay guy think when Tolkien throws a little curveball, adds some thriller-esque plot development to my neat little video? I'm happy about it. Tolkien is so canonized in my mind as the master architect of my favorite fictional universe, one so detailed that any question I have about it has an answer. George R.R. Martin.
It's that Tolkien actually does care for spoilers. Oh. I mean, yeah, it seems so. But wait, I'm still kind of.
Describes Tolkien.
You talked over it.
Quote, on reflection, I prefer for Volume 3 the committal, chosen also to gaily worded chapter titles as Fellowship to Minas Tirith. So despite being heroic romance or history, Tolkien is clearly holding certain cards up his sleeves. This is in contrast to something like The Children of Húrin, in which history the deaths of Turin, Beleg, and Glaurung, not their departures. I was gonna put a spoiler warning for that, but if I've learned anything from this video, it's that I shouldn't, right? So what does the video essay guy think when Tolkien throws a little curveball, adds some thriller-esque plot development to my neat little video? I'm happy about it. Tolkien is so canonized in my mind as the master architect of my favorite fictional universe, one so detailed that any question I have about it has an answer. George R.R. Martin describes Tolkien as someone who
looms over all fantasy like a mountain, and everybody else is operating in the shadow of Tolkien and what he did.
This impression of Tolkien often makes me view the guy as more of a force of nature than a person, and so I find it oddly
before it, but it was whatever now. Okay.
Comforting that even Tolkien had, perhaps, some conflicting opinions about stuff too. It recontextualizes Tolkien as not just some immovable mountain, but a mountain who sometimes changes into a little bird or something else that would make this metaphor make sense. But it's Tolkien. Smart Money says there's an extremely calculated explanation for all of this. But what if there's not?
So that you had literally invented the world before you even wrote The Hobbit?
Oh yes, indeed.
Why?
Shrugs. Shrugs. Understandable. Understood. I'm a meticulous sort of bloke. That's how I feel, I guess, with writing and stuff, where it's like, yeah, being meticulous. Oh, man.
Hi. I used to work in creative development at a couple of the big streaming services, and I learned two big things. One, Hollywood is filled with lizard people. Two, lizard people love prequels. But that's no surprise. Close your eyes and press random buttons on your TV remote and you'll probably land on something like House of the Dragon, and/or Rings of Power, and/or Dune Prophecy, and/or Better Call Saul, and/or. The fact that Hollywood loves prequels is clear, but what's less clear is why and what separates
I like the way he says that.
Prequels from bad prequels, as well as why should we care? You should care because prequels are Hollywood trying to trick you. Streaming services are in a bind right now because you have so many options of things to watch. Like right now, instead of watching me, you could be watching The Wire. Why aren't you watching The Wire? This never-ending stream of TV shows makes it difficult for new shows to stand out. But the lizard people are clever foes. They found a way to hijack previous successes, reanimate them into new flesh, and then capture your attention forever and ever and ever. There's something subtly insidious about taking the name of something we love, changing literally every creative voice behind it, and then presenting it as though it's a continuation of that thing. But that's what a lot of
I don't think I'll ever watch The Rings of Power.
And to be clear, where spin-off prequels are relatively new, spin-offs themselves are not. You might be surprised to learn how many famous TV shows tried to launch spin-offs. But these spin-offs weren't prequels, they were set in the present time, which meant they didn't recast anyone. These shows were just honest, simple, cash-grabbing attempts to flesh out supporting characters they thought their audience might like enough to watch on their own. But this begs the question of why nowadays every new spin-off seems to be a prequel instead of an at-the-same-time-quel or a post-quel. Sequel. The answer becomes clear when we remember that, to the lizards, their exclusive rights to these expensive franchises are precious jewels. And where the consequences of a bad prequel are pretty harmless, sequels, if done poorly, have the nasty potential to cheapen the lizard's whole family of jewels. To see this in
I love how when he says lizard, he shows frickin' what's his name for Amazon? Jeff Bezos.
action, we don't need to look further than Star Wars. From now until the end of time. Whenever we rewatch Darth Vader hurling Emperor Palpatine into an exploding abyss, we're haunted by the knowledge that its sequel will later cheapen Palpatine.
That would be the one with Kylo Ren and Rey, right?
Palpatine's death by telling us that somehow Palpatine returned.
Yeah.
Sequels have a time-bending ability to not only suck, but to also make the films that preceded them suck. Sequels have such...
I feel like, for me at least, prequels, if a prequel or a sequel suck, I don't know. I feel like both, if they suck, I'm not gonna like it. Like, if a prequel sucks, then I'm gonna go, well, now that's kind of ruined, like, what leads up to... I guess prequels mess up people more, because then it's like, no, I don't get that. I feel like a sequel would be worse, because if you say that this is what this story leads to... Or no, that's what he's saying, that prequels don't have as much damage, which... I guess, yeah, because sequels can ruin things more, because then it's like, oh, this is where my character ends up, this is what happens, and this is now canon. But I personally don't like either. Like, I want a prequel and a sequel to do well. Welcome back. But I can see how a sequel would be more damaging to a story and lore and everything than a prequel, but for me, I don't like either. For me, it's equally worse, or equally bad.
No, I was gonna say
No.
bad sequels have the power to make bad prequels look charming. It's like what Trump did to George W. Bush's legacy. Nobody liked Bush or
not wrong.
Or Jar Jar Binks as they were happening, but now we look back and go,
even before the sequels with Kylo in them, I still personally like the prequels. I think some parts of it, yeah. But I still liked, I don't know. I personally preferred I liked the original movies, but the one with Anakin and like Jar Jar and all that stuff, that's what I grew up with mainly, and that's what I loved. But then, of course, Clone Wars, the animated series, is what made me fall in love with Star Wars. I didn't find these that bad. I don't know. The hate that the Jar Jar's actor got and the boy that played Anakin got, I think the fandom was just crazy. Is it amazing? No. For me, they were good to great.
how quaint and
Like, I got really sad when Qui-Gon got killed and stuff. I don't know. I enjoyed them. Yeah, I don't get the hate. Is he kind of annoying sometimes? Sure, but to me, he's also charming. Like, I played, like, me and Rin watched the originals, and then we started watching the prequels, and then we also were starting to started playing the Lego Star Wars. And I'm like, you know, Jar Jar's got charm. Like, I started saying now how wooed.
were so quaint and lovely, they caused Disney to greenlight a 40-year-old Hayden Christensen to...
Are some moments cheesy or bad, or the words kind of, like, awkward? Sure, but...
do this in Ahsoka, which, for the people keeping score at home, is a prequel series flashback to an animated prequel.
Yeah, that one, I have not watched the Ahsoka one, and I don't think I ever will, because I love the voice actors for Ahsoka in the animated series, so no, I have no interest in it.
TV show, which spun out of the prequel trilogy to the original Star Wars trilogy. Yeah. But even beyond the dangers of sequels, sometimes shows have to be prequels because Hollywood can't wait long enough for the full original stories to be adapted. Like Dune Prophecy had to be a prequel because the new movie trilogy is only going to cover the first 2 Dune books, which means the show can't go further than that without stepping on toes. But to be fair, Dune Prophecy also had to be a prequel because books 3 through 6 of Dune get weird. Weird. Another motivation for Hollywood to go the prequel route is the fact that sequels are harder to make. Since they're set after the cool stuff has already happened, sequels force writers to figure out the next interesting thing, which is tougher to do than the old prequel trick of just...
Yeah, the only time sequels really work is if you're building like a climax. But if you've already had a climax with the original movie, trilogy, or whatever, or series, having another climax afterwards is a lot harder to come up with. Versus if you start out small, or like kind of like Harry Potter, where it was much more simpler, chiller, and then it got more, you know, stakes were going way higher as it carried on. I get that, like Lord of the Rings, stakes got higher. That's the only time I think sequels work. But if you go from, it's kind of like Toy Story. Toy Story for me, I'm gonna still watch Toy Story 5, but I want that series to kind of just be put to rest already, because it's like we've had multiple climaxes. I feel like Toy Story 3 was the climax with them almost being burnt alive in the trash thingy, and like, what do you do after that? But now it's like, oh, toys are being replaced. I guess.
Explaining the origins of an iconic thing, which segues precisely into the important question of nearly every bad prequel you can think of shares one common flaw. The stories that we love, the kinds that lizards...
I personally liked the Obi-Wan show, though. The live action. I liked parts of it. It did get me emotional because I do love, what's his name that's the actor for Obi-Wan. And I love that they got, what's his name back for Anakin. Like, I'm glad they both got to get their roles again. And when Anakin said the same line that he did in the animated series with, I forgot the line. Oh my god, it's been a while. Like with Obi-Wan saying, you know, like, what have you become? And then Anakin's like, I've become what you've made me. Like, I don't know. It was just a good interaction. I liked it.
Love to purchase contain many elements.
Ice Age, first time. Yeah, Ice Age is such a tragedy. I'm sorry. I did like the second one. The third one was alright. Yeah, Ewan McGregor. The second Ice Age was alright. Third one was eh. And whatever afterwards, I've lost track on how many they've done. I don't care for them at all. I really wanted them to do an Ice Age where it was a continuation of like them maybe going back to see how the baby's doing kind of thing. And
one of the reasons I find the Lord of the Rings books and films endlessly
Land Before Time, don't remind me of that.
Feel like a perfect BLT.
Land Before Time too. A few of the ones that came after the original one I did like. And then it went Air Bud. Air Bud's Air Bud, don't get me started on Air Bud either. Cause I watched a video on like how Air Bud and his owner were treated, and just the absolute like Air Buds. That's why I posted that. I posted that. What do they call it? Signatures. You know, where you need to get signatures. I posted that because the owner's dealing with it's in the hospital, and if he's like needing money and stuff. Because he doesn't own the rights to Air Bud anymore. Because Disney took it from him way back. And so all the Buddies movies and all that stuff, like they literally took the Air Bud name from him. And so I really didn't really care for it or like Disney, but I can't stand Disney. But yeah, like sequels. I can only remember the first Land Before Time. Yeah, I remember the movies that came after Land Before Time that I remember was Chomper finding, I think, his parents, or finding other they go to an island, they find T-Rexes. Then there was this female long neck that was from like a mysterious place behind a waterfall or something that Littlefoot and them go and find. Those are two I remember. And then I think there was one with like egg snatchers or egg stealers or whatever. And then there was one where Littlefoot's father he meets again. That one I liked. Other than that, I think those are the ones I liked. That's awful, but it doesn't surprise me. Poor Air Bud. Oh no, yeah, there was a video on YouTube that this guy went into it, and he at the end was like, "F you, Disney," and I'm just like, yeah, Disney. I haven't been the biggest fan of Disney in a long time, but after I'm like, they've been pretty just a bad company since even the 90s.
sandwich. The individual ingredients are great, but the magic comes from how each complements the other ingredients. A big mistake Amazon's prequel series Rings of Power makes is that it looks at the full Lord of the Rings BLT and then says, let's tell the story of the lettuce. Let's spend 5 seasons getting to the bottom of how lettuce becomes lettuce. Like, we love Gandalf because he's a fascinating character.
I don't think it's a wrong analogy. I mean, it's not wrong. It's like taking apart a dish and just wanting to focus on one ingredient when it's all the ingredients together that makes something really good. So, the only thing I remember from that series is a joke somebody made when I was like 6. Oh, God. Well, do you remember what the joke was?
Who does fascinating things inside of a fascinating world, but Rings of Power seems to think that we love Gandalf because his name is Gandalf. This misunderstanding explains why the show seemed to hold for applause when it finally said,
Gandalf. That's what they're going to call me, isn't it?
You don't even have
And I felt nothing.
to hate the show or anything to agree that if you removed its ability to say the words Galadriel, Sauron, and Mithril, it wouldn't have many other words left. Good prequels.
What in the Ramsey? I'm sorry.
Left. Good prequels aren't like this. If you took the Game of Thrones label off of House of the Dragon, the show wouldn't implode. Like, this episode with Viserys didn't cause me to literally stand up and clap because it happened to have a Targaryen with name brand recognition. I clapped because I finally saw a weak man standing up on his own literal and metaphorical 2 feet. Viserys summoning the strength to make his own choices after 8 episodes of being passive was as satisfying to watch as any great moment in the main series of Game of Thrones. The same thing would happen if you remove Star Wars from Andor. The fact that they're stealing money from the Empire in this scene isn't what matters. You could remove its expensive name tags and you'd still have an amazing heist story. Ocean's 11 in space, for God's sake. Star Wars is sort of an infinite well of these examples because there's an infinite supply of spin-offs and prequels. But no case study better demonstrates the difference between successful and unsuccessful prequels than the difference between the series Andor and Obi-Wan. This is a particularly good example because of their vast difference in name brand recognition. Like, most people have a greater level of attachment to Obi-Wan Kenobi than they do to Cassian Andor. This should give Obi-Wan a huge leg up, but Disney...
Are you going to play Obi-Wan Kenobi again?
Yes.
Disney didn't listen to Han Solo when he said, Obi-Wan made the same mistake as Rings of Power. Disney seemed to think that their audience would be gripped just by seeing Ewan McGregor back on screen. And so
I kind of was. Well, I'm not gonna lie, but this is also, I think I had recently just finished the Clone Wars series. So I was like, yeah, give me more like Ewan McGregor and stuff. Like, I want more of Obi-Wan.
Instead of creating new, exciting things, they pushed all of their chips into the lazy expectation that we would care about this fight just because it's Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader. And they're kind of right. I mean, I watched it, but I had a much better time watching Andor, Star Wars.
I may watch it. Like, I may want to check out Andor.
Prequel.
Because I did a reaction to the Obi-Wan series, too. Cheer up, character name. You ain't as dumb as you think you is. You as dumb as you is. Yeah, are they taking a twist of that older character that tries to cheer up Littlefoot? And they're... What? And okay, Maple. Naru's part of the problem. Hey!
Lightsabers Jedi are the...
Listen, I don't like Kylo Ren in the one with Rey. I don't like that one at all.
The show.
At least he says him too. He enjoyed the Obi-Wan.
Warsiness is really just its setting. It's the ability for its characters to legally say the word Coruscant. Good prequels like Andor selectively reference the stories they're based on. They don't abuse our love for BLTs by giving us the origin story of tomatoes. They do a great job of creating their own distinct sandwiches. This metaphor is the smartest thing I've ever said. They demonstrate something very important, because despite my personal feelings of yuck at Hollywood abusing prequels, the lizard people are correct that setting their new TV shows within worlds we already love is an advantage. Prequels do have a lot of power, but the same way the lizards should listen to Han Solo, they should listen to Uncle Ben.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's something we already love, so they already have a foot up with that. It's kind of like when you have a food chain that's already loved, so if they come out with a new dish, it's more likely they're going to be trusted that it's going to be a good dish. Versus if you were some random restaurant that just opened up and you have that dish, it's more of a risk.
Frodo Baggins isn't who you think he is. Given that the Lord of the Rings movies adapted Tolkien's story into a blockbuster success that...
How, what? Also, let me see what Maple's video is. Gray, did you send me frickin'... Are these... Hold up. Are these, like, AI movie? I feel like this is an AI movie, possibly, or maybe not. Nothing, just saying hey. Like, hi. The guy who overpronounces foreign words. What the fudge? Okay, these are the last videos for sure. I'm at 2 hours and 55 minutes. Alright. There we go.
Retained much of the language and spirit of the original, it's easy to lose sight of the casualties that were lost between the pages. Chief among them is its own main character becoming nearly unrecognizable. The movies change Frodo's appearance, personality, and behavior across every stage of his journey, before, with, and after the ring. Only by comparing these sometimes subtle, sometimes glaring differences can we understand the real Frodo Baggins. The movie's most obvious change to Frodo is his age. The fact he's played by an 18-year-old Elijah Wood tells us that the screenwriters weren't precious about deviating from the books. Watching the movies, you'd never guess that Frodo is introduced on his 33rd birthday, nor that 17 years pass between when he receives Bilbo's ring and when Gandalf finds out that it's actually...
Wait, run that by me again. How long passes?
...weren't precious about deviating from the books. Watching the movies, you'd never guess that Frodo is introduced on his 33rd birthday, nor that 17 years...
I'm sorry, I said I would feed you before I started the videos, didn't I?
Pass between when he receives Bilbo's ring and when Gandalf finds out that it's actually introduced on his 33rd birthday, nor that 17 years
17 years
pass between when he receives Bilbo's ring and when Gandalf finds out that it's actually Sauron's ring. This makes Frodo 50 years old and AARP eligible when he finally leaves the Shire. It's worth mentioning that hobbits age slower than human beings, with average lifespans of about 100 years. But while this does make Frodo physically younger than your average 50-year-old, the movie's screenwriters still deliberately changed his age.
The age of Frodo, for example, and it's not a big issue. But I think for Professor Tolkien it would have been. I think it would have been one of the bizarre things that he would have objected to.
But a more significant change than Frodo looking like a child is that in the movies, he's often treated like a child. The scene where Frodo sets off on his quest resembles a parent sent.
I'm not gonna lie though, I did get kind of like the parent feel, but I also got more of a little people. Like they look down upon hobbits because they're the little people. I didn't fully get a, oh, they're only treating that way because they're like children. I got more of the, little people, you guys are smaller, shorter than us, and that kind of thing.
Sending their kid to summer camp. And while Gandalf's how quickly our children grow up expression works beautifully on screen, it does strip Frodo of important responsibilities he carries in the books. Where movie Frodo vanishes from the Shire at Gandalf's insistence, book Frodo challenges Gandalf by saying, quote, "If I just vanish like Bilbo, the tale will be all over the Shire in no time." In the books, Gandalf trusts Frodo with the responsibility of building a cover story that will let him covertly leave the Shire. And while Frodo seeks Gandalf's advice, he notably, quote, "did not tell all his thoughts to him. What the wizard guessed was always difficult to tell." This segues into what many consider to be the movie's single biggest change to Frodo's character. the difference between being an active and passive participant in the quest to destroy the ring. No scene comparison demonstrates this more clearly than Frodo's escape to Rivendell. If you've seen the movies, you know that Frodo is nearly unconscious during Arwen's confrontation with the Nazgul. But in the books, Frodo is completely alone. Riding Glorfindel's horse, Frodo, quote, looked back for a moment over his shoulder. He could no longer see his friends. Suddenly, he knew in his heart that the Ringwraiths were silently commanding him to wait. With a great effort, Frodo sat upright and brandished his sword. "Go back," he cried. "By Elbereth and Luthien the Fair," said Frodo with a last effort, lifting up his sword. "You shall have neither the ring nor me." This moment is more important than it seems at face value, because Frodo's challenge fails. The Nazgul respond with harsh and chilling laughter, stampeding forward before being overwhelmed. Not by Frodo's strength, but by Elrond and Gandalf's. But it's critical to understand that the primary weapon of the Nazgul isn't the violence that overpowers Frodo. It's fear. Tolkien spoke about how, quote, their peril is almost entirely due to the unreasoning fear which they inspire like ghosts. This terror cripples, hardens
You're gonna read them one day, Lore?
Before swords can even
I'm
be
tempted,
drawn.
but at the same time,
Book
they're
Frodo
gonna be so
summoning
long.
the internal strength to challenge the Nazgul despite the mortal wound in his side is one of the more underrated acts of heroism in the entire saga. It justifies Gandalf and Bilbo's belief that Frodo is, quote, the best hobbit in the Shire. And while that claim can be loosely applied to movie Frodo, the weight of its compliment is devalued. Book Frodo losing the physical battle, but winning the arguably more difficult internal battle perfectly demonstrates the complexity of Tolkien's character and the comparative shallowness of his movie counterpart, where physical weakness accompanies internal weakness. But what's fascinating isn't that movie Frodo was simplified, it's that he was deliberately simplified. The filmmakers cared about something else so much, they believed that reducing Frodo's personality was worth the sacrifice. Their bigger goal was to establish the ring as the most evil and corruptive object in existence. The DVD special features are littered with the filmmakers' descriptions of
desperately trying to establish that this is one of the most evil things ever created, that it is tearing apart the mind of your main character who's desperately trying to resist it.
This ties back to their decision to cast Frodo as a teenager. The filmmakers seem to believe that the corruption of a helpless young man would be more viscerally affecting to their audience than the corruption of a capable adult like Frodo in the books. And while their motivation is understandable, it has consequences. Movie Frodo becomes more of a symbol than a character, a walking dramatic device that serves nearly the same purpose in every scene: to suffer. But while it's
Definitely got
overused
that from Frodo, that he was to suffer every
the
time.
filmmakers, some blame
Like he never like had a moment, really had a moment, except for maybe when he because I would say it was more Sam when Sam carried him up the mountain, where it's like, I can carry it, I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you. Pretty much, I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you. Sam took more of the role with that.
goes to film itself, where the books are able to convey Frodo's complex struggles by accessing
Well,
his
yeah, because
thoughts
I was gonna say you can go into his thoughts, inner monologue, all that stuff.
and emotions. The movies can only convey them through Elijah Wood's face.
Continually kicking him when he's down. That's what it felt like for him. I felt so bad for Frodo.
Internal struggles like Frodo versus the Ring are much harder to depict on screen than external struggles like Sam versus Shelob. But this disadvantage doesn't justify what comes next. Because where removing layers of Frodo's personality is excusable and even necessary, the same can't be said when the movies begin adding traits that contradict his characterization. In a moment of elvish foresight, Tolkien himself predicted this problem, saying, quote, "The failure of poor films is often precisely in the intrusion of unwarranted matter, owing to not perceiving where the core of the original lies. And no scene intrudes on the core of the original more than when movie Frodo sends Sam away.
Go home.
A key trait to book Frodo is level-headed decision-making. Despite the ring's corruption, he retains a wisdom and control over his emotions that contrasts against Sam Gamgee, whose impulsive bravery often gets the better of him. We see this during their encounter with Faramir, where Sam's uncontrolled emotions cause him to reveal more about their secret quest than is wise. After Sam realizes his mistake and, quote, sits down heavily with a red face, Faramir chides him to, quote, not speak before your master, whose wit is greater than yours. Frodo isn't better than Sam. They simply have different strengths and weaknesses. But because the movies turn Frodo into a powerless victim of the ring's corruption...
What we were playing was really that Frodo was a junkie by this stage. That
Yeah,
he was
I felt
addicted
that.
to the ring.
Frodo's strengths transfer to Sam, and Sam's weaknesses transfer to Frodo. Red-faced Sam Gamgee becomes the voice of cold, hard reason as he tries to convince Frodo that Gollum is obviously manipulating them.
Don't see it, do you? He's a villain.
Where Book Frodo had the mercy to spare Gollum but the wisdom to not trust him, movie Frodo nearly kills Sam and trusts Gollum. And these moments add cinematic tension, but cutting the legs out of Frodo's personality is a steep price to pay for drama that has no consequences to the larger story. But the filmmakers clearly disagree, to the extent that Frodo isn't the only character they're willing to sacrifice to emphasize the ring's corruption.
The ring of power within my grasp.
But
Oh,
this
look, the movie series. I mean, the TV series.
is a video about Frodo. I'll leave Faramir for another time. We've established that the movies drastically change Frodo before the ring and with the ring, but this poses a question. Who is Frodo Baggins after the object that has defined his personality is destroyed? The answer in the movies is that Frodo becomes a Christ-like figure whose personality died on Mount Doom. And on the surface, you might think that's similar to Book Frodo. Many people see Frodo refusing to participate in the Scouring of the Shire, in which the hobbits fight to reclaim their homeland as proof that
You were so mad about what the
post-Ring
movies did
Frodo
to
really
Faramir.
is a
I'm curious on what they did.
pacifistic visa stand-in. But to Tolkien, that's far from the truth. He depicts Frodo returning
Faramir is kind of the only thing I dislike with the most of the movies. Now I'm curious that both of you. I'm curious what Faramir is like in the books now.
and with regret and pride, saying, quote, I think it is clear to an attentive reader that it was not only nightmare memories of past horrors that afflicted Frodo. He saw himself and all that he had done as a broken failure, because he had not, in fact, cast away the ring by a voluntary act. That was actually a temptation out of the dark, a desire to have returned as a hero, a last flicker of pride. To a devout Catholic like Tolkien, there's no clearer way to distinguish Frodo from being a Christ figure than by assigning him the most biblically loaded sin, pride. Tolkien goes on to explain that Frodo's pride was, quote, mixed with another temptation. He was tempted to regret the ring's destruction and still to desire it. It's ironic that the movies, which defined Frodo's personality as being tempted by the ring, ignored the resurfacing of that temptation. But as unsatisfying as movie Frodo can be, every book adaptation is simplified. As Tolkien himself pointed out, the real problem is when they start adding rather than subtracting. And even though the movies sometimes dip into that category, they did have a governor on how far they would push Frodo beyond the books. Scenes that would have exaggerated these problems were filmed, but then thankfully cut. Movie Frodo was going to transform into a Gollum-y monster. And his rejection of Sam was going to be much more venomous.
I'm sorry, Sam. Go home!
Until the filmmakers opted for a softer approach.
Go home.
Movie Frodo isn't the real
Damn.
Frodo Baggins, but was
I'm
still
glad I didn't go with
wildly
that,
lucky
jeez.
that the philosophy that guided his changes was...
Especially what the director said about Book Faramir. There's a video about it.
events,
Yeah,
we're
I saw
changing
that one.
characters and
I'll watch
losing
it for the
characters.
next
Rather than
another
doing all the
stream.
normal stuff that you have to do to adapt a book. We did want to be as accurate as possible, putting his thematic material into the film. This should ultimately be Tolkien's film. It shouldn't be ours.
Thanks for watching. I'm trying to make the kind of video
I'm glad they didn't make Frodo freaking Gollum like, oh my god.
Luke Skywalker and Frodo Baggins seem very different. Luke is known as
Faramir in the books learned that Frodo had the ring and just said, well, shucks, too bad I promised not to take whatever it was you were hiding from me, but I did, so have fun on your quest. Yeah, it's true. In the movies, he's like, I forgot, but like, yeah, definitely completely different reaction.
as the poster child of the hero's journey.
Wasn't it like he wanted
transforming
it?
from a naive farm boy into a Jedi Knight, whereas Frodo's main conflict is about desperately trying not to change, clinging to his identity as the ring tempts him toward corruption. But the two characters have more in common than it seems. George Lucas says that Luke's main conflict isn't about transformation, but rather resisting temptation.
But that's the big danger of the series, is that he will become Darth Vader.
This is a dangerous time for you, when you will be tempted by the dark side of the Force.
Luke and Frodo's primary conflicts aren't about becoming warriors, but rather resisting the temptation to become
The movies just made him worse in every
and
way.
this kind of struggle isn't new. It's baked into the mythologies behind each story. Given that Tolkien called The Lord of the Rings a fundamentally religious and Catholic work, the ring tempting Frodo echoes Satan tempting Jesus in the wilderness. And similarly, Lucas, a self-described Buddhist Methodist, is quick to mention
The story also has been retold, the temptation. I mean, Buddha was tempted in the same way. It's all through mythology.
And we'll get to how Luke and Frodo have opposite endings, but first, when you line up these tensions side by side, their shared DNA becomes
In movies, he wanted to get to his father, yeah.
Despite their
No.
glowing swords, both characters are defined by crucial moments where they refuse to fight.
Maybe he does deserve to die, but now that I see him, I do pity him.
I will not fight you, Father.
Their decisions not to kill are rooted in the deepest ethical philosophies beneath each story. What Tolkien describes as the mystical belief in the ultimate value of pity and generosity. It's their devotion to this ideal that confounds their enemies who see mercy as a weakness.
His compassion for you will be his undoing.
The ring remains hidden, and that we should seek to destroy it has not yet entered their darkest dreams.
Frodo and Luke's belief in the redemption of seemingly irredeemable characters, characters that represent themselves if they give into temptation, is what separates them from everyone else.
I want to help him, Sam. Why? Because I have to believe he can come back.
There is still good in him. I can't do it, Ben. I can't kill my own father.
This refusal to kill the bad guy is what ultimately allows the world and galaxy to be saved. But these similar journeys only accentuate their opposite endings, revealing the key difference between the worlds of The Lord of the Rings and Star Wars. Luke successfully resists temptation. The Emperor's attempt to lure him through violence fails.
Take your weapon, and your journey towards the dark side will be complete.
I'll never turn to the dark side. Never.
This is where the two stories diverge as Frodo gives into temptation.
The ring is mine.
Luke isn't stronger than Frodo. He succeeds because his temptation was resistible. Frodo's was not. Tolkien says that, quote, at the last moment the pressure of the ring would be impossible for anyone to resist. Certainly after long possession, months of increasing torment, and when starved and exhausted. Where Luke rescues his father and returns to his family safe and celebrated as a hero, insult is literally added to injury for Frodo, as he returns to an ungrateful Shire that celebrates his companions rather than him. And while Luke is able to enjoy the fruits of his success, Frodo cannot. Despite the ring's destruction, he still physically and spiritually suffers.
That wound will never fully heal.
Along with the sort of PTSD that's hard not to compare to what Tolkien and his generation experienced following their service in World War I. All of this prevents Frodo from being able to enjoy the world he saved, to such an extent that he's forced to leave. These opposite endings to the same struggle reveal the opposite storytelling philosophies that guided each writer. Despite being set in space, Star Wars is ironically more of a modern fairy tale than The Lord of the Rings in both tone and substance. George Lucas said that, quote, Star Wars is a fairy tale. You want everybody to live happily ever after and nothing bad happens to anybody. The whole emotion I'm
Except
trying
for
to
Anakin.
get at the end of the film is for you to be real uplifted emotionally.
Even
and
though technically
spiritually
he was saved in the end too, so yeah.
and feel absolutely good about life. Whereas The Lord of the Rings is embedded with Tolkien's interest in writing history, which tends to have fewer happily ever afters. Tolkien said that, quote, it can be observed in history and experience that some individuals seem to be placed in sacrificial positions. Situations or tasks that demand powers beyond their utmost limits. In a nutshell, the difference between Luke and Frodo can be summarized by this.
These films, mostly it's, to have a rip-roaring adventure and a good time.
Always a human story, Spectre, always about one thing, aren't they? Death. The inevitability of death.
It's clear that both storytelling philosophies connect with audiences. So tell me below, which one resonates with you? Thanks for
Definitely Lord of the Rings more. Like, I do, like I said, love Star Wars after the Clone Wars, but Lord of the Rings just, definitely I prefer Lord of the Rings still. Ugh, like, just hearing that background music gets me emotional. I love Lord of the Rings. And I'm sure I would love the books probably more, because, again, they had a change in cuts, quite a bit of stuff, so,
So you're telling me you met the guy who delivers death to every doorstep, and you survived? Look, he doesn't just show up in a UPS box. He shows up in mailboxes, birthday boxes, food boxes, tool boxes. This guy is nothing but a killing machine.
not the frickin' to-go Chinese box. Matchbox. Movies also cut the whole Shire story after Hobbit's return. Yeah.
Franklin, breathe! Okay? I'm gonna let you know what happened. I was down at the docks delivering a pizza. Hey, I think this is Industrial Drive. I got a pizza for Mr. Jax. Oh. Who sent you here? The pizzeria. Pudgy's Pizzeria. Oh, hey!
Boys, get rid of them.
How about this? I'll give you guys the pizza for free. Maybe I can even throw in some of Pudgy's famous cheese.
Please tell me the arm pops out with a gun and shoots them all. Pops out of the box. Yep.
Were you scared?
Those goons? Man, they were terrified. But me? You know I kept my cool.
Yeah, the animation is smooth. This is more like, at least the character animation, that kind of stuff, and movement, and definitely feels more like higher grade, like Pixar kind of thing. Or I guess you could say like one of like Blue Sky Studio. Well, they don't even exist really anymore, right? Yeah, they got taken in.
I would love to have
Just step on it, kid.
Well, you're not gonna be delivering pizzas anymore.
Well, you're gonna have to take that up with my boss.
Say another word, and I'll cut your throat. What is it, kid?
Please tell me it's out of the glove compartment.
Wait, the glove box?
Yeah, man, the glove box. Hold up one sec. Mr. Assassin, sir, please. Please just wait. I promise I won't say anything. Please just let me go, man.
I'm not sure that's gonna come out with just soap and water. You could try scrubbing that with some bleach. You know what? Here, a tip for your trouble.
Are those ones? Or are they fives? Oh, they're hundreds. That's like, I don't know, 20,000 maybe or more.
A tip for your trouble.
He actually seems like a pretty good guy.
Yeah, he ain't so bad.
He just gave you like I don't know, thousands of dollars tip. Huh. The Kickstarter is closed. However, if you still want to support the project, pick up some merch here. In just 33 hours, Kickstarter is fully funded. Now we're shooting for stretch goals. Be a part of the next chapter. I'm interested. Huh. What's the most expensive Kickstarter they had? $10,000? 5,000. Will you marry me? Wait. I meant, will you be an executive producer? What was the 1,000? Producer credit, personalized Easter egg in an episode. You know, maybe I shouldn't look at their Kickstarter goals because I'm going to see what they get for these higher tiers. And I'm just going to cry because the MD one's just starting to... But 10,000's nuts. 3 people got that at 5. Cameo as a background character in the episode. Oh my god. Oh. Well, I'll subscribe so I can keep an eye out on them.
All right, listen to me. You're Nicolas Cage. No one can ever take that away from you. But after The Sorcerer's Apprentice, Bangkok
Oh, God,
Dangerous,
yeah.
Knowing, Ghost Rider, next, Wicker Man, you need to be a little bit more selective about your films, Nicky.
Selective, Gary?
All right, for example, this just came in today. I've got it right here. You'd be playing a prisoner who asks if he can leave, and the warden says yes.
And then I leave?
Yeah, that's it. Not a very interesting story. So this is the kind of picture you shouldn't be doing.
I'm in.
What'd you say?
I said I'm in.
I'm gonna let that one slide, Nick, but
The Shawshank exception.
your reputation is at stake. You have to be a little bit more discerning.
I like being in movies, Gary.
I know that you do, but you have to say no to some of them. Like this new one where the hero is a Nazi who can only speak in adverbs.
Let's do it.
Wait, no, Nick, come on. Now I want you to think hard about
Swastically.
this, okay? You'd be playing Superman.
I love it.
Let me finish. Superman's cat. You'd be playing Superman's cat.
I love it, Gary.
And everyone on this bus is vomiting, except for your character who has diarrhea.
Count me in.
A raunchy teen sex comedy shot entirely from the waist down.
Absolutely.
This one is literally a documentary about dandruff directed by M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, perfect.
An astronaut gets lost in space and his body implodes, except for his ass, which maintains consciousness and must find its way back to the ship.
Brilliant.
Oscar Schindler is not an action hero.
He is now.
People do not want to see an all-white remake of The Color Purple.
Sucks for them.
In a world where one man's dick hole is a black hole, we...
Yup.
Jack-o'-lantern...
Yup.
Comes to life, makes itself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and becomes inanimate again.
Hell yeah.
A lawyer wakes up with his...
Oh my god, just went from like trying to plead with him to just gives up.
ass where his dick used to be. Cheech Marin has the voice of your ass from the writer...
I'll laugh if he gives him an actually good one, and then that's when Nick goes no.
Space ass.
No.
Great, Nick. We'll pass on this. We'll get you something better with...
Sorry, my dog was eating my shoelace. Whatever you just said, I'm in.
It's the same action movie. They just changed the title to Kill a Mockingbird Retold so that the black guy really did rape that woman. Why are you doing this? What is wrong with you? You're a madman! All right, listen. This one is a career ender. You play a guy who can communicate with dolphins and uses this power to hunt them.
Yes.
It's a silent movie.
Yes.
There's a scene in it where you have real, actual sex with a puppy.
Yes, yes, yes.
And it's not going to be shot on film. It's going to be shot on fruit by the foot.
Yes, 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 yes.
Nicholas, I'm making this one up. I'm making it up. You can't say yes to it because it doesn't f***ing exist.
Well, let's get Bruckheimer on the horn then.
No, Nick, I quit. You're a tasteless asshole.
What?
A tasteless.
No way. My favorite gag in this kid is that as it goes on, more and more awards pile up in the background. Oh my god. Oh yeah, because he got. Oh my god.
I cannot wait to
Also, I just watched video of a person doing that glitch card game under 2 minutes. Yeah? What did they do?
try the food here. The reviews have been incredible.
Okay, what's good?
I've heard good things about the prosciutto, also the caprese.
And no
also
glitch using it seems. Huh.
The mozzarella sticks, and the bruschetta, and the garlic bread.
Do you mean bruschetta?
Yeah, bruschetta.
Why are you saying it that way?
That's how it's supposed to be pronounced. People like it when you embrace their culture. It's very respectful. Ooh, they have linguine.
Okay.
Oh, it has, what's his name? Oh, what's his name? Where is he? Go away, ma'am. I forgot his name. But yeah, I remember watching his stuff, his own stuff. Everything looks legit. You don't seem to be needing to do the whole 3 laps. Well, you're only having to do the first lap?
Hey, talking to you is embarrassing, and I want to change the subject. Have you guys eaten in this neighborhood before?
Actually, right next door, there's this amazing...
You know what's funny is I do pronounce words correctly, like if they're, like, I say bruschetta, but I don't do bruschetta. I just want the bruschetta. But, like, as if you were speaking their language, like, they're not gonna go bruschetta, like, over dramatic.
Amazing Spanish restaurant. They do the best.
Just like if I speak Japanese and I say nani, I don't go nani.
Tapas and gazpacho.
You mean tapas and gazpacho?
Yeah, that's what I said. Tapas and gazpacho.
That is not what.
The lag is either your issue problem or the servers that moment wins the shit. I feel like it's servers because I don't see being internet considering everything else is running fine.
You said.
And like 1 block down, there's this sushi restaurant that you have
Sushi.
to try.
That is racist.
It's not racist. Look, if anything, it's less racist. I'm not imposing my anglicized pronunciation on these foreign words like some sort
Anglicized?
of linguistic conquistador.
Okay, now that one just sounded racist.
Hey, I think I'll hide in the bathroom for the rest of the night.
No, Adam, come on. I had a great night planned. We're gonna go get dinner, and then we're gonna go get some strudel. Then we would go to the poop, and I would buy all vodka shots, and then we would go get strudel.
You already said strudel.
Did I? Oh, deja vu. Then we could go do some karaoke.
Oh my god.
Pat, I know you do an
Babes, draft hat, devs added 52 new maps.
amazing rendition of Nirvana's Rape Me.
Nirvana is an American band.
But it's a Hindi word.
Asshole.
I can't do this. I need to leave.
No, Adam, come on. At least stay for
Adam ruins everything. That was the series that I love to watch.
Traffic is so bad in Los Angeles. We can go to the Starbucks next door, all right? We can get some frappuccinos or some cappuccinos or a croissant.
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 I'm not gonna lie, if I had something like this, I'd be too busy laughing.
Croissant.
Croissant.
Croissant. I want to hit him. Can I hit him?
Trap, you sound like a horrible person right now.
I'm sorry. Mea culpa. I guess I committed a huge faux pas. I don't know if
Faux pas. Can't.
in here is off or something, but you're all getting really angry at me, so why don't we call it a mulligan? We'll all have a little powwow, and then we can call an evening.
Adam.
Ending you was never my goal.
That's not even an accent. Oh, wait, no, that's Italian, isn't it? With the goru. Or no, that's freaking Japanese goru. So, go. That's just English, isn't it?
We're not ready to order yet.
Several of our guests have requested that you leave.
Mamma mia!
Oh my man. Oh god. Wait, I want to see this one real quick.
Yo, babe, what movie should we watch? Hello, let's pick a movie. Fine.
Babe, I thought we were watching a movie.
I understand now.
Why are you talking to your controller?
Yo, babe, hurry up, we're gonna be late.
I'm not ready yet. I need like 45 more
Oh my
minutes.
god.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's go.
Hey, babe, did you find everything you need?
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk around the store again just to make sure I didn't forget anything.
No way.
Never mind, I got everything I need.
Okay.
Why do you have a PS5 controller?
No reason.
Ooh, chicken or steak? Chicken? I'll get
Yeah, if it worked like that.
chicken.
Can you order it?
Yes.
That is funny. I think the old school version of this was, I'm just going to work in the garage for a minute. Oh, okay. Let me see this. This will be my last run for a while. At a certain age, your hands give in relatively quickly. Hope these runs will help anyone going for the leaderboards collect all. It's because of all the boosts you have to get, huh? So you can get the boost sitting at the track? Sorry, I'm not that desperate for free merch that I'm gonna be going up against. Imagine sweating this hard at a glitch card game. Oh my god. This is the kind of stuff I see for like Call of Duty or Fortnite and things. Bro is a pro Mario Kart player. That's what it seems like. Yeah, no, there's no... Like, unless you somehow glitch through the map, I feel like... God. I just like casually playing racing games, man. Somebody goes, I was gonna grind this game, but after trying a single run doing the boost glitch. Oh, there's a boost glitch. Alternating A and D while drifting. I've realized I'm just going to give myself carpal tunnel trying to get it sub 2 minutes. I'm cutting my losses at 2 minutes 7 seconds set with Uzi. Godspeed, you iron wristed maniac. Oh, okay. Little crazy to me, but alright. Yeah, that's what he's doing. But that's what I mean. So it is a glitch. I wonder if that means they can be disqualified, though. If it's a glitch. I wonder if... That sounds funny. I wonder if Glitch is going to say something about the glitch and say, like, okay, anyone who's using the glitch will be disqualified. Or they're going to go the route of, you know what, that's our bad. There's a glitch in the game and you're able to use it, so we're just not going to mess with it. I don't think it's a glitch. More of a tactic. Maybe? I don't know. Maybe it is a glitch. Maybe it's not. The only way to know for sure if it's a glitch is if glitch comes out and says, yeah, that's not intended. If you're bad at using it, let's just get better. I wonder how they mean carpal tunnel, though, because, like, so you're spamming A and D while drifting. Drifting was just a space bar, so how are you... Hey! Your claw gets stuck in the shirt sleeve, and you're going to pull out a part of it. Mario Kart has similar stuff similar to it. I'll say, I don't know how they get carpal tunnel, though. Unless they're using one hand. Because, like, using two hands, I don't see that causing carpal tunnel. Just spamming A and D. Oh, that causes something there. I don't know why pressing A and D does that, but... Yeah, it's probably A and D and drifting. I feel like that doesn't. Interesting. Well, I'm not interested enough in the prize to go and want to try and get good at that. So. Oh my goodness. Based on the fan art, Glitch fans are used to using one hand. Oh man. No, that's why they have carpal tunnel. Nar, you're a quitter, shook my head. I just don't care for the prize. Now make it like $500 or $1,000 and sure, I'll go for it. You know what, I'll just get this merch on discount and whatever, give them the money. You don't want the prizes though? Even I doubt it's prize money. I feel like it's gonna be merch or something else. I don't. Yeah, like Rin saying, I doubt it's gonna be anything super like insane. So I don't really care for it. Oh. And that's exactly the thing. Like, it would have to be money for me to want to do it. That or something special, like if it was a signature by, like, I don't know, the voice, like every character in the game, you get a plushie, or like you get a plushie of your choosing with their signature, then no, even then, you know what? I'd rather just have, like, Lizzie, or I'd have Elsie sign something from their signlies or whatever it's called. Plus, they already eliminated like 85% of their community on this channel. Yeah, I feel like most of the people are not. Most of the Glitch fans are not gonna care, are not gonna want to put in the effort to do the boost glitching or whatever. Once it was time-based, all the speedrunners turned up. Yeah! Time-based speedrunners were like, it's my time. It's definitely not me. I'm not a speedrunner, so I like to just enjoy whatever game it is. It's not about winning. It's about being part of the fun. Well, if I'm not having fun, then I'm not going to play it. And it was lagging badly for me, so I'm not going to play it. Didn't kids' movies tell you that? I didn't watch any kids' movie. Wherever at. But yeah, I'm not having fun. I didn't enjoy it. I might have enjoyed it a bit more if I also still think it's kind of silly that they made each racer have different, like, speeds. I think they should have just made them all equal so people just pick their favorite character and then won with them. Instead of giving Gwen the best speed boosting. What are you doing, Loaf? What are you chewing down there? Holy moly. That's how Mario Kart kind of does it. I mean, I guess, but I also feel like Mario Kart's more of a competitive game than... Unless they literally just came out with this game to be competitive. Yeah, but that's also Mario Kart. Like, isn't it where, like, it's also customizable where it depends on the kart and the character? I feel like... I don't know. I feel like Glitch for this kind of competition thing. And it's just a kind of just simple kart game. I don't think they're trying to compete with Mario Kart in terms of that quality. So, I don't know. I feel like they just made them all the same. In this instance... Now, okay, if they come out with an official, like, game that they put on Steam or whatever platform, and it's got, like, you know, 10 plus characters, and sure, do the different character speeds and the carts you can customize and everything. Then just, okay, but I don't know. This just felt too simple and like a browser game. That's like, why? I want to play Uzi, but I don't want to be like slow, or it's like slower. Glitch should have just had a fan art contest. Yeah, I mean, I would have stayed out of that one for sure too, but that I feel like they would have definitely gotten more of the community interested. And other kart race where I played Five Nights at Freddy's also has that. Yeah, and again, that's one on Steam. I feel like this is not really meant to be a full-fledged like game release. It's meant to be a simple browser game. And I don't know. Again, Five Nights at Freddy's is also not having a competition where be the fastest character, and they don't have a fandom thing where, oh, the most picked racer is the #1 fandom character or whatever being picked. Like, they're not doing that stuff either. Because I'll go, well, obviously it's going to go toward the character that's the fastest. So what's the point? So it's that kind of stuff that doesn't make sense to me. If it was just the game itself, and it didn't have the fandom character thing, they do, though. I don't remember seeing anything for it, for the FNAF kart game, where they have like a, this is the, obviously the fandom's favorite. There are favorites for their speed. It looked like fandom, though. And you got fur all over it. Well, if it's just favorites for their speed, then I guess fine. Okay. No. No clawing in the shirt. As the full game is not yet released. I don't know. I'm just used to Mario Kart kind of racing game, or Crash Bandicoot kind of racing, where it's not, they don't have an added thing of, this is the fan favorite racing kart. Because then to me it's kind of like a done no-brainer. It's going to go toward the one that's the fastest that people are going to use. It's not a true, like, I don't know, this is the favorite character that people like. Like, I'll give the game another try to see if it works in me. I don't know. For me, it's weird that it was lagging like that, because everything else was running fine. But, I was hoping for a little bit more from the game, I'm not gonna lie. But I think, honestly, this was more meant to be just a fun little thing for a competition. I don't think it was meant to be, like, a serious game. I think it's just a silly little thing that they made for, like, hey, you know, let's make something fun for a competition. Let's make a little racing game, and it ties into merch, so why not? Well, to be honest, you're looking at people who are doing competition, not people who play it for fun, then they would choose character they like. Well, I mean, yeah. But let's be honest, I'd be curious actually how many people are going for the competition. Honestly feel like it would be over half that are going for the competition. At least until they see these videos with these ridiculous times of 1:13 and stuff, they're gonna be like, never mind. And for Mario Kart competitions, I'm sure they also choose characters who have best speed. I wouldn't know. I don't watch Mario Kart competitions. But I feel like it also comes down to, like, how good that person is with that character, with, like, the drifting and, like, items or whatever, so I don't know. It honestly just makes me want to play, like, the Mario, it makes me want to play, Crash Bandicoot Racing. Nara, you're still alive? Yeah, I mean, it's 3 hours and 43 minutes. I usually stream for 3 to 4 hours. this is nothing compared to my old days with MD and stuff in the beginning when I was streaming for 10 plus hours. Yeah, I know you're waiting back there for me. But I was about to end the stream anyway. Oh, because I'm starting to fade. Then we got community time in the Discord server tomorrow. Do you remember what I was gonna do? Because we watched Design Part 1 and 2, so I don't really need to watch more Liam stuff, because that's pretty much at that point, it's just me reacting to the rest of the design and that stuff. Maybe play a game or something like that? I'm not sure. Maybe play more of the Hear You or something? I don't remember. We'll figure it out. I'm interested in if after the competition the game will be still up, and if it does, will there be any small updates? I feel like they're gonna. It'd be kind of funny if they use it again for this competition stuff. Like, I could see that. Like, they come out with another map, and then maybe, like, a couple more characters. I don't know. Maybe not. They might close it down or keep it open just as it is, and just for people to play it if they want to. But anyway, I'm going to head off to relax before going to bed. But thank you so much to everyone who stopped by, watched, and lurked this week. Like I said, I will either see you guys for community time in the Discord server tomorrow, or I will see you for next week's streams on Friday and Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I love you guys. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, and keep bringing bright, guys. Bye.